Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 76, visit staples.com/print for details.
It's heating up across Arizona. Make sure you know the signs of heat stress, cramps, rashes, exhaustion, dizziness. Working in high temperatures can be dangerous. It can lead to an altered mental state, damage your organs, and even cause death. Protect yourself. Get plenty of water, rest, and shade during the day. Learn more from the Industrial Commission of Arizona. Visit heat.az.gov. That's heat.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze, too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen, 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale on the day the logo died. I didn't even know he was sick. Yeah, Jerry West dies at the age of 86. I know they say it was never really confirmed that was Jerry West, but it was Jerry West. Everybody knows that's Jerry West, but he passed away this morning at the age of 86. So that's a good number. Life well lived, but I didn't even know he was ill. He'd been popping up in conversations about the Clippers and this and that, and with the Lakers in the past, and it just had no idea. Did you know he was sick? Did it, or was he sick? Did he just?
I don't know if he was sick or not.
Did he just clock out?
He was 86. So at that range, you can't tell. Sometimes it's sickness. Sometimes it's just
Well,
That was your
Shatner is
time.
over 90 and he's still running
I-
around, so you just can't
It's-
tell.
Yeah, it's just when it's your time, it's your time at a certain point. So, just that's how it went down.
Well, so yeah, he was in the Hall of Fame 3 different times as a player, as an executive, and as the logo. And the guy had an amazing career in college. He had an amazing career in the NBA, both on the court and off the court. He was, third player in NBA history to get to 25,000 points. He was an all-star every year he played. And, just all kinds of stuff about this guy. Back when he was at West Virginia, he averaged 24.8 points per game.
That was crazy in college. In college,
1959 college.
1959 college. So you're probably not shooting very many threes, but also your game is 8 minutes shorter than the pro game. You're averaging 24, 25 a game. You're going crazy.
Yeah, Jerry West, he was one of only 3 players with Magic Johnson, Hakeem Olajuwon, won Finals MVP, was named NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, and he had an Olympic gold medal.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And also I think you have to add, and there's no stat for this, but one of the only great basketball players to also go and take a front office job and be good at that too.
Yeah, he was there for the Lakers, wasn't he?
He was there for the Lakers. He's responsible for why the Lakers have Kobe.
He
was
did
in
what
the
he
front
could
office.
with the Clippers.
He did what he could with the Clippers, but the reason why the Clippers were able to get Blake Griffin and get to be any relevant at all is Jerry West was in that front office.
Yeah.
He was in the front office of the Warriors when they drafted Steph. He was in the front office of the Memphis Grizzlies when they drafted Ja Morant. The guy's just been really good at finding talented players. And most guys that are great players can't say that.
Did anybody report what it was? Was it a heart attack? Was it cancer? Was it just?
I think it was just natural causes.
Just died of death.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's
Didn't
what
wake
happens.
up one day.
Once you clear like 85, like there's no guarantee after that.
I would imagine once you get past 80, have your affairs in order. Just have it all set, ready to go.
You just don't know at that point. You just
For
don't know.
me, 70 is going to be that year. I've eaten a lot of steaks. You know what I'm saying?
So because you've eaten a lot of steaks, you feel like 70 is
probably
the point in time when you need to have your affairs in order.
Logically, it would be 60, probably 60.
If you were reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have things in order at 60. I'll have things buttoned down at 70. I'll just be laughing my ass off at 80 because I will not believe I've made it that far. I have no idea.
All right.
Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever. So yeah, it's sad. Jerry West, what a legend, and he's moved on. So now you wonder, they're going to mess with that logo now?
Probably not.
They going?
No.
No. I mean, they were talking about changing it over to the Michael Jordan thing.
You can't.
No.
You can't. Because the logo is not about the biggest or the height of the league or the biggest star in the league. It was about, the origin of the league and who represented that.
Listen,
Jerry West did.
Don't ever change it if you ask me. But
it would just be weird if it was the Jumpman logo for the NBA logo, man.
The conversation has been had on more than a few occasions. If
NBA,
not the Jumpman logo, maybe something to do with Jordan.
NBA would have to pay a lot for that Jumpman logo.
That's why they wouldn't take that one.
Leave it the way it is.
And then Jordan probably wouldn't get involved for less than $1 billion.
No.
So
yeah.
There's just players that we don't have all of the footage of them. We don't have all of the things that we need to remember them properly. They'll keep those little things in place that help us remember guys like Jerry West. So that 20 years from now, people are still talking about Jerry West because they should.
Mr. Wilbur says, and for Moist One, he's got his affairs in order. Debbie, Cindy, Linda, Susie. The only way those are affairs in order is the well-worn dirt path by the bushes in which he watches them from.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, so yeah, it's sad, but hey, 86, I'll take that. So a life well lived for Jerry West. 888-368-1580. So the Diamondbacks won. Hooray.
Yes.
It was a game where, anything can happen, but it was 9-4 in the end. And, the Angels put up some offense early, but then the Diamondbacks just started clobbering, and that was good. So I was very, very happy. Also, some happy news about the Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen was throwing in the bullpen and would throw another bullpen session on Friday.
Yeah.
So he'll probably have to do a couple of simulated games before he comes back, but it's at least getting closer to returning. So that's good news.
That's good news. If we could just get Merrill Kelly back. Jordan Montgomery looked good last night. He held these guys down for 6 innings, and it was good for the Diamondbacks to see Jordan Montgomery almost 6 innings, 5 2/3. Only gave up 6 hits and 3 earned runs. But he kept the team in it. Ginkel came in, Martinez came in, and then Bryce Jarvis closed it out. 2 strong innings, gave up an earned run, but at that point the game was over. I mean, the Diamondbacks had put it on them late, scoring 3 runs in the 7th. Their offense has been steady as she goes, and you've got to believe that that's got to be a positive for this team. How about Corbin Carroll? You move him down in the lineup. He's in 7th in the lineup. And look at that. He goes last night. He puts up 3 hits. He scores 2 runs and, had a good night.
It's better than that, Randy.
Yeah.
Over the last 6 games, he has a 400 batting average, 10 hits, 1 RBI, 8 runs, 4 walks, 2 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Feeling like maybe he's got his mojo back.
And did you feel good about Geraldo Perdomo showing up again and getting the start for the Diamondbacks at shortstop? Felt like that was a positive for this team. Probably gave a lot of energy to it. Randall Grichuk, I mean, this guy just keeps
so close
pounding
to the
cycle.
So close.
Just keeps pounding the ball. Him and Corbin Carroll almost hit for the cycle.
Yeah.
Both of them. So you had 2 guys.
Grichuk was just a single short of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think Corbin was a home run short of it. And but you like to see these guys going out there, making contact, moving runners around. That's what this team does well. You get the speed on the base paths, and then you cause all sorts of chaos by having runners on base, and then you move them around. Gabriel Moreno hitting in the 2 spot last night was 3 for 5 and had 2 RBI. Lourdes Gurriel, good to see him active last night. Again, 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. Randall Grichuk had the home run. He also went 3 for 4 and had 2 RBI. Corbin Carroll drove in a run and also it was 2 for 4. So this is good to see kind of the core, Ketel Marte, see kind of the core doing what they do, man, getting on base and causing chaos. So Diamondbacks will take on the Angels again tonight. I believe it's 6:40 game time down at the Bank One ballpark. We need to win. Keep winning.
I agree. Keep winning because the Diamondbacks are still 32 and 35. They're just hanging around 500.
Yeah.
We need to put on some padding on that as you go. So happy about the Diamondbacks at the moment, but as you know, they can also break your heart the next day. So
they could.
Let's just not get cocky about this, kids.
Oh no.
Walter Mellon says, "Oh man, could you imagine LeBron having to wear a Jumpman logo on an NBA jersey? He'd be crying."
Well,
somebody else was like, "Wait, what if we made the new logo out of LeBron?" I'm like, "Well, then what? We're going to use the Hair Club for Men logo? What are we doing here? What is the plan?" I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, look, there's a bunch of good reasons for Jordan. There's a bunch of good reasons for LeBron. They're each the best player in their generation. Yes. But I just think that Jerry West is still the best option. I just think that remembering your history is part of any sport, like not just, like baseball is the sport that does it the most. And I think probably the best, but basketball starting to reach that point in time and in its age as an American sport, keep some memory from the guys that built this thing,
So I want to ask a question. If Keon, if you think that LeBron deserves being part of the logo conversation, which one is it? Him flopping on a foul or putting the imaginary crown on his head, or which one of these logos do you think we need to do for the NBA for LeBron? I mean,
probably not the flopping, the same way you wouldn't have.
So
Jordan
then the imaginary
Steve
crown
Kerr
on the head then?
Practice. Yeah, sure. You could
or the
do
chalk.
do whatever. I mean,
That's a shock. That's a good.
I'm just saying the guy's the leading scorer in NBA history. At some point, you're gonna have to.
You know what you do? You make the new NBA logo out of Charles Barkley just to piss everyone off.
It wouldn't piss me
Jordan
off.
would be mad. LeBron would be mad. Everybody, Zach would be mad.
Everybody that won a title is going to be sitting there going, "What? Why not me?"
Love it.
Yeah, no, I just think Jerry West is still the best option.
Maybe
I'm not trying
John
to change
Morant
it.
should be the logo. He's holding that pistol up just before.
Oh no,
that's
you know,
good.
you know that one? What do you think?
That's perfect. Or how about Paul George with his legs all broken doing different directions?
His legs going in different directions. He's holding his leg and it's going like two different ways. Yeah.
This is the meanest thing I've ever heard. No.
We should probably have these mocked up by AI.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, absolutely.
888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says LeBron's logo would have a little microchip in it. It would simply say, press the button and say, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, they thought it was going to be so easy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all saw that too, and we're like, oh, man.
It's just you're putting so much more pressure on this than it needs to be. It doesn't have to be this way.
Moist one says, you caught me, Wilbur, but it's easy to track because they're all in the same nursing home.
What?
The girls. Anyway, his affairs in order.
Okay. That's so much creepier than he didn't have to say that.
I want to give you man of the day now, please. Man of the day can't be
right.
anyone other than Blake Dunn. Did you
All right.
see that? Holy God. He took a 101 mile an hour fastball right to the noggin, got up, walked it off, went to first base.
Huh?
Just blam. Just
101.4.
Watch the video. And it just, you thought, oh my God, he's on the way to the hospital. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm sure he was probably.
It took his helmet clean off his head just to be.
Yeah.
It hit the helmet and the helmet was gone. Just clear in the opposite direction.
Who was he standing in against? Skeens from the Pirates?
It was Emmanuel Clace from the Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
101.4 took his helmet away, and he was just like, "All right, I guess I'm going first."
Yeah. He's like, that's it. He throws his thing down and he runs after the guy selling beer. Ah! No, another way. I'll be honest, I can't see a thing right now.
Which way to first base?
God,
there's so many stars.
That was an interesting game. It wasn't the only thing that happened. Blake Dunn takes one to the noggin. Man of the day, shook it off, rubbed some dirt on it, and went to first. But a fan stormed the field at Great American Ballpark. I put the video up on my Twitters if you want to see it at Radio Pal 1580.
Hope that wasn't my son-in-law.
No, I can see him. Well, I'll show you a picture. You can tell me if it's. Did your son-in-law get tased last night? Because
I don't know. I haven't talked to my daughter since last weekend. So
that's
no. That kind of looks like, but no.
I love that it's like his court date and he's still wearing his jersey.
Because I'm pretty sure they just kept him in the building.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not Glenn. No.
So he goes out there, runs the field, just it goes over there. He's got a Johnny Bench jersey on, and he goes over there. He's like, hey, Tyler Freeman. What's up, Tyler Freeman? And he's standing talking to, you're Tyler Freeman. And the guy's like, what are you doing, man? And he goes, oh, here comes security. I'll see you. And he starts running. And then he runs over and he's like, he stops, turns towards the crowd and does a backflip. Mm-hmm. What he doesn't know is right behind him is a security guy. And then he goes, oh, and he starts running. Security guy's like, hell with this.
Security guy waited till he got
him.
The security guy waited till he got back up to top speed and then tased him.
Just dropped him face first on the turf.
He slid.
I loved it.
It was delightful. It's delightful.
They got to do that every time. If every security guy has a taser and every time somebody runs out there, I would even say, even if you say, okay, you're still getting tased. You run on the field, you get tased. I think that should be standard operating procedure. And to see this moron do a backflip, impressively, did a backflip, clean backflip, and then just lifeless on the ground.
Like he might have had an opportunity to get away or at least avoid getting tased on the field. had he not done the backflip.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good tase if their bladder releases and they pee their pants.
Well, they didn't have a close enough camera shot on that, but his arms were
Yes.
like straight down to his side. He's like,
Like his face hit
Yeah.
the deck and
Yeah.
he slid for a couple of feet. So
It
that
was,
was
yes,
they
he
got
did. It was
full momentum. Just
nice moist grass. He went a ways.
Yeah. I
Oh.
don't know who the center fielder is, but he was just completely uninterested in what was happening.
And
Just
then I
simply
love-
was not phased by anything.
Well, he's trying not to get hurt because who knows if this guy's a wing nut? Could he be violent? And look at him though; he's still drunk in court the next morning. That guy is still buzzed.
Oh, yeah. He's feeling the effects.
I don't care how drunk I am. I don't think you could convince me to go out onto the field
Mm-mm.
and
No.
get tased.
Well-
I just
Well, now
because I
Keon-
assume I'm getting tased. I don't
No,
know how to.
Keon, we did convince you to yell
Tampons.
tampons at
Because
the-
I
at
wanted to.
Radio
I was
Row.
stone cold sober.
Oh,
Because I wanted to.
mark
I-
that
I-
down, Jeffrey.
if-
We
if-
can make him do more when he's sober than when he's had a couple on board.
I actually don't know.
Noted.
I don't know that that's true. All I know is that if at the end of the thing you dare me to do is a taser, not doing it. Not doing it.
Every security guy at every ballpark, football field, hockey rink, you name it, everyone should have a taser. You'd have
I agree.
less. You'd
Yeah.
have less issues. Killer Rabbit says your logo idea is terrible. Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. How about them Diamondbacks impressing everyone yesterday? Come on, it was just the Angels, guys.
Yeah.
It was a good win, and we were
Everybody
happy."
easy. Yeah.
And we're seeing some of our players start to come to life. But
Mhm.
again, it was the Angels.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, by the way, how about that poor catcher for the Angels? Took a ball right to the nuts. They had to pull him."
I didn't see that one.
Probably could use different phrasing on that sentence too. But Average Joe says the snowflakes and the Karens are complaining about, do we really need to take a 15-year-old, tase a 15-year-old? What about the children? Tase them all. That kid was big enough to hurt someone. He's not 5. Wait, the dude, that guy was not 15. This guy was like 30.
I don't
Well,
know.
if
I don't know
if
how
he's
old
15,
he was.
looks 30. I'll tell you that.
That
He,
is
he must have flunked. He must have flunked junior high like 3 or 4 times.
That is not a 15-year-old.
Even in Texas, that wouldn't be a 15-year-old. And Texas has
Now,
some
my
kids that look
son,
like men.
my son is 15 and he's taller than me. He's a big strapping kid at 15. And if I saw him run out onto the field, I'd be laughing my ass off when they tased him.
Yep.
Hope that
Yep.
clears everything up.
I'd be like, I hope they leave the prongs in them and just
Think-
tase them again.
Think of the children. If you are not visibly
Think of
a
the
child,
children. They're our future.
if you well, first off, if you're dumb enough to run out of the field, are you really?
Yeah, you're not.
Because like
You're just-
I've been going to games since I was a small kid, and I knew you don't go out on the field.
Yeah.
So if you're dumb enough to go out on the field, are you the future in particular? Probably not. Probably not.
my son, he could probably be talked into running out on the field.
Mm.
I remember, good Lord, this was 2017, maybe 2018. I took the whole family to a Diamondbacks game, and he was actually part of a group that was honored at the game for some little league stuff or whatever. So he's standing over out in the outfield, right? He's in the outfield, and they pan the camera across, and they're introducing each person. They get to my son. He thinks he's doing that little, remember that little thing where I'm too
Yeah,
close, where they do
yeah,
the floss.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
kind of
yeah,
going like
Floss.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he tried to do that, but it came out this. It looked like
Yeah.
he was air humping.
Yeah.
The entire crowd lost their minds when Milo O'Brien just went nuts out there.
And there it is.
And so the cameras
Oh,
stopped
no.
on him. They should have kept going, but they stopped on him. He's like,
Sure. Yeah.
Because
So
everybody
he's
likes a
getting
car
cheers.
accident.
right,
Oh
no, he's
no.
getting cheered. He's like, wow, I'm really killing this floss move. And he's
No.
like, and I was just like, oh, God, honey, I'll get the car. Let's just
Can
get
we
out of
leave
here.
now?
Just
Yeah.
leave an embarrassment.
I
Yeah.
wish they'd tased him then.
Can you text him and have him meet us at the exit?
Yeah, the car is running. Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll come back. More of the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Arizona Diamondbacks continuing their series tonight at Chase Field against the Los Angeles Angels. The Diamondbacks winning on Tuesday in the series opener 9-4. Slade Ciccone will go for the Diamondbacks tonight, 1-4, an ERA of 5.66. Jose Soriano for the Angels, he's 3-5, an ERA of 3.64. Arizona minus a run and a half, plus 135 on the run line. The Angels getting a run and a half, minus 160. On the money line, Los Angeles plus 125, Arizona minus 145, with the over-under run total at 8.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Come on in to Total Wine & More. Price is much lower than a grocery store. Wine, spirits, beer for a whole lot less. Walking down the aisles makes you stop and say, yes. With thousands of bottles that you get to explore, Total Wine has everything you need and more. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Marijuana may be legal in Arizona, but driving impaired is not.
As a police officer here in Arizona, I know DUIs apply to more than just alcohol. Anything that impairs driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving impaired can get you a DUI.
Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with the hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
With the first pick.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means mini camp, OTAs, then pre-season. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Big George says, hey, please don't say vaginale today. My wife is listening to the show. George, you just made me say it. Why would you?
That's no one was even thinking about saying it. We haven't said it in days, but now you've brought it up. So not only have you brought it up and made Jeffrey say it, now you've put it out there to the fourth dimension. Multiple of them might say it.
Well, I mean, I can't take it back. Once I've said vaginale, I said vaginale. So it turns out that dude was 15. That big dude, he really was.
Is he from Texas?
No kidding.
Because that's the only place I've seen where they make 15-year-olds like that.
Well, you haven't seen my kid then. My kid is not as thick as this guy is, but he might be taller than this guy. But yeah, there's a close-up picture. And it looks like this is an actual police officer. It wasn't just
security.
That's probably why he's just like, I ain't messing around. That was close. That was close.
Almost. I saw Keon's arm start to waver. Yep. Yeah.
He has that fluff around and find out look on his face.
Oh yeah.
This is a different view in a picture.
I mean, anybody that jumps on the field, that's ridiculous.
Wow. So he wasn't drunk. He was just young and stupid.
Well, he might have been drunk. Maybe his dad was sipping him a few drinks of beer. You know what I mean?
But 15 is old enough to know you're getting tased, right? Like that. It's 15-year-old.
Maybe he didn't.
Well, that's a failing on the part of his parents. I just feel like I've always known you got on the
How
field.
many times, Keon, have you seen somebody run on the field and get tased?
Many times on TV,
Tased?
at least. Not in person, but on
Really?
TV a bunch of
Tased?
times. Tased?
Tased.
Yes.
This is the first time I've seen somebody run on the field and get tagged. I've seen him tackled.
Yeah.
I've seen him taken down and drugged down. Never seen him.
I've seen many tackles. I've seen a few tasings.
Wow, I've never seen it.
Yes.
Well, he is from Washington, so
I don't know, man. Maybe
he's from DC.
Maybe they're just different over on the East Coast, but
Yeah,
they don't hesitate at all. They'll just tase you. In
I
Philly, they will absolutely tase the bleep out of you. Just watch Eagles games. You'll see a tasing. I promise.
In Philadelphia? Really?
Yeah.
Let me just say this: changes nothing. This kid deserved to be tased. He got tased, and that's all right.
That's all there is to it.
What is your problem? I told you I would be laughing if it had been my 15-year-old.
His dad was probably laughing his ass off.
Great. I hope he didn't pee himself. It's a long ride home from here. Walter Mellon says his dad is juicing him up with beers. Tells him, "I'll pay for your college. Run out on the field." No, I don't know.
I doubt
that. Okay. She air quotes is back. Lonely Suns fan here. Just waiting to hear you talk about the Suns and how they're winning a championship next year with Budenholzer at the helm. First off, we don't believe you're a real person. I'm sorry. I have some doubts.
Some doubts. Are we going to subject Lonely Suns fan to the picture test?
No, because last time we did that, they just sent some random picture. It was like
yeah, no.
You got to have like a piece of paper in front of you that says Daily Blender, June 12th, 2024, and it can't be photoshopped. You know, we can.
I need some like Lonely Suns fan music, like no.
You know what you get is the David Banner walking music from the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Okay.
That sounds like the loneliest Suns fan music.
All right, let me see.
But don't get
See if I can
music.
find
This
it.
might not be a real person. I still think it might be Moist One or Big George or somebody.
Boogie.
Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, you've stumbled onto a great invention. Leave the prongs from a taser inside one of your kids or all your kids, and you control it with an app. You know, you just from your phone anywhere. If you think they're going to be in trouble, send them a little jolt, bring them back in line again.
You don't
I
even
like
have to do that though. You can get those dog collars.
You're late. You're late getting home.
You get
your tased.
Yeah, you get the dog collars, and what you do is put these are kind of new, cool teenage accessories.
Yes,
Go ahead,
don't
put that
describe it
on.
like that.
That'll
They'll never put it on.
And then they put it on, and then they smart talk you or something. Bam! Hit that. See what I'm saying?
You tell them they're hip. It's
then you put like a master lock
problem with
back
that.
there where they can't get that off.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would rather have it be an implant so that they can't tamper with it, can't get to it. Everything Wilbur said with the app and the taser app. But what you do is you wait till they're asleep, and you're like, "Hey, does this smell like chloroform?" Now they're really asleep, and you surgically implant that in them, and then they never. Now they can't do nothing about it. You know, it's like a little bit like Minority Report. You know, and then it's like, you gotta dig this out. You know, let's see. Harry Soap, what did you send me? Another picture of the cop tasing the kid. Oh, that is so good. I don't care. I love that. I think that's great. Tase him twice. Sideshow Bob says, "Pour me up. This day has been fluffed." Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Sideshow Bob.
Sorry.
Little something for you. Killer Rabbit says, "You know, the only way I can do a backflip is when I'm drunk. I think.
Really?
You think you can? I doubt you can.
How many concussions have you had?
If you did, you don't remember them.
Scratch Me Because says, how about a skeleton logo for the NBA in honor of Adam Silver?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little turtle.
Turtle seems more fitting and happier.
New York City Kid says, long day, boys. Pour one up for me too, please. Greatly appreciated. Wait, you're New York City Kid.
Huh.
We're going to have to card you. Are you, this is our version of carding you. Are you over 21?
That's all late now.
If he says yes, I know you're screwed, Randy.
Yeah.
The feds are going to be all over you if he comes back and says he's not. He says, indeed. Well, then he's way over 21 because nobody young says indeed.
Nobody 24 says indeed, much less 21. So.
Well, indeed I am. Indubitably I am. Indubitably. Of course. Sorry, I watch a lot of cartoons. 888-368-1580. And let's move on to the next thing. This kid took a dark turn. I mean, there's nothing more fun than tasing 15-year-olds, if you ask me. But this is something that I've heard and I've seen little stories about from Major League Baseball players, but now the College World Series. Why do people who gamble threaten the athletes and the teams?
Because they're mentally unstable.
Yes.
Not everybody who gambles, but the ones who threaten, those people are unhinged.
So let's not blame sports betting. Let's blame unhinged people. But what happened was this gambler is like, he's like, I'm going to kill you all. I can't believe you cost me that money or whatever. So then they're like, well, I guess now we got to have some cops hanging around. And so all the cops, they had to pay for more security. So they're saying that in all sports, people are starting to get a little bit freaked out by the death threats and this and that. We had a guy who was driving a F1 or it was an Indy car, and he just bumped into a guy and he was getting death threats. And other sports baseball players saying, yeah, this is not fun anymore because I get all these horrible comments on social media from people about, the spread or this or that. Oh, you could have just done that. And then it's like, I should beat your ass. And so I'm just like, I don't know what it is about gambling that, how do you think they're aware of your bets? You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah. And like, do you think that they weren't trying to win? Like, you understand that when you're betting, you are playing a game of chance. Like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the reason why there are odds, because it's a game of chance. You can't bet the athlete. You placed the bet. You took your money and you put it on somebody to win something, and you put it out of your control and into the hands of somebody else. That's your fault. But the problem is that a lot of these people are a little unhinged to begin with, and now you're giving them something that's already got the potential to be addicting and a bunch of other things. So like they're not in a good spot for what they are mentally, like where they are and the kinds of things that they should stay away from. Like if you're a person who has addiction problems, maybe stay away from alcohol, maybe stay away from drugs. Like that's not for you. If you're somebody who's like that and you know that you get that way, like gambling is probably not for you, man.
See, like Brock's caramels, I can't eat those. I'll eat a whole damn bag in one setting.
If you know yourself.
You know,
are you
Brock's
going
caramels?
to call up Brock's and threaten their lives?
Well, no.
How dare you make these chewy, sweet, and delicious candies? I'm going to bleep you up.
And when they're really fresh, I just eat the hell out of those. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why I can't call Nabisco and get mad whenever I bring Oreos into my house.
No, I'm not mad at all.
Entire pack of Oreos, which I can do in an afternoon. It's not even hard.
An afternoon, about 15 minutes, I'm done with that. An icy cold glass of milk.
Oh my God!
And I could do three sleeves of those babies, easy.
No effort whatsoever, and still probably have room for more. But that's why I don't buy them.
Yeah. Jeffrey O'Brien, 1580 The Fanatic. Go ahead.
Yeah. If you buy Oreos,
and
they're double stuffed, do you get less cookies because they have to make room in the package? Do you get the same amount of cookies with the double stuff, or is it less cookies?
I think you get less cookies.
The hell
I
are
don't
you
think
doing?
so.
Just
I
get
don't-
regular
But you
Oreos.
get more,
I don't
but you
think
get more
so.
of the cream if you want.
Yeah.
I've done. I don't think so. I think the cookie part is still the same.
Yeah, I'd rather
It's
have
that,
more cookie than
that
cream.
double stuff in there.
Yeah.
But the
that's
cream is
thing.
taking up more space in my
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's taking
saying.
up more. So you get less cookies
You do.
overall.
You get less
total
cookies.
volume.
The cream
So-
ain't worth it.
So
The
which
extra-
which part do you prefer? Because if you
Cookie.
prefer the cream, you're in heaven. If not, just get the regular ones because that's what you need.
It's just too much cream. I'll take the single stuff.
I
please.
agree with you, but I have friends who the double stuff is the jam right there.
You know, George and
That's
I
fine,
are.
but
are-
they're not doing economics, are they?
You know,
well, no, they
George-
just like the cream better than the cookie.
George
all.
and I we're suing Sonic and Dairy Queen because they took my idea. I used to take vanilla ice cream and I would crumble up Oreo cookies all over the ice cream, and then I would stir it around. And then all of a sudden somebody was watching me one day, probably with some binocs, and they were watching what I was doing. See what I'm saying? Oh, he takes like Oreo cookies and he puts it in the vanilla ice cream, and then they came up with what do they call them? The
Cookies and
freezies.
cream?
No, the freezies. That's got the
the
Oreo
Blizzard.
cookies.
I think
Oh,
you gotta,
that's it.
you got to sue. You got to sue McDonald's
I'm,
first. 'cause
hell,
they-
I'm suing all of them.
McDonald's had the McFlurry first.
George and I are suing all.
Oreo
I have a lot
McFlurry.
of lawsuits
Yeah.
currently pending.
Why don't you enjoy this McLawsuit? Bam.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have a new texter on the text line. 5824 says, "Hi, Blender Boys. I am a girl that listens to the show, and I am real. I come for the anal analysis. I stay for the laughs. Keep up the good work."
Wow.
How do we know she's a real girl?
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to question it.
Well, she said she did.
She seems more real than the other person, and the anal analysis joke is one that we've made a
Mhm.
bunch of times, which means she does
That's
listen.
generally Keon's job, though.
Well, his job is the analysis. You're the one who just keeps calling it anal analysis. I'm
No.
against it.
I don't think that's true.
So I think what we need to do, here's the thing. We got bots, and then we've got, I think George is playing the parts of several different foreigners.
Really?
I really think that's
You think
one of
that's
our
George?
primary,
Think it's
yeah,
George?
maybe.
I mean, I know it's. I
Not-
believe
not the
you.
girl,
I
but
just don't know
other
if it's
ones.
George in particular.
You know, come
I'm
to think of it,
suspicious that George is playing the part of some of these foreigners that are on here.
whenever we are talking Haruto or
Haruto.
Pierre, George is never around, is he?
He's always around. What are you talking
No,
about?
I mean when we're talking George, we're talking Haruto or Pierre. You don't hear from George, do you?
Yeah, we hear from George all the time.
No, when we're talking to them on the phone,
We've
they
never talked
text
to them on
in,
the actual
and,
phone.
And Big George is never texting in at the same time. Is what I'm trying to say. Pierre and
absolutely is.
Haruto.
Yes.
What do you?
Always.
Well, then
George
it can't
is
be
always
them.
here.
Then it can't be Big George.
Well, it can be George.
I
He
just
had-
cleared you, Big George. You're
that
welcome.
Wasn't
Because
clearing
you're
anybody.
you're
I should get
texting.
some sort of pro bono on some of these lawsuits.
All you have to do is get like a Google.
What?
One of the what is the
Don't
Google,
tell them how to do it.
All right. All I'm saying,
You
is,
can get some phony phone numbers and do this. Is
yes,
what we're telling you.
yeah, you can. You can spoof a phone number and do it.
How do
and
you do
can
that?
just you can just switch back and forth on the phone. You don't even have to. It's easy.
Is it wrong of us to say, hey, get a picture of yourself holding up a piece of paper that says your texter nickname and then Daily Blender or like the date or whatever? And because is that rude of us to ask?
No,
for?
no, I don't think so
No,
at all.
not
because
really. If you want to,
now we could start a wall of Hall of Fame texters or fourth
yeah,
dimension texters.
you can't ever be a Hall of Famer without one. So
In the station, we could start
if we
a wall
don't
of
actually
listeners.
meet you in person or get that picture, you can't be
Yeah.
a Hall of Famer eventually.
So I don't remember this person because I don't think I was probably on the show the day that this came up. There's a texter that just popped up called I Like Pina Coladas and says, I'm a girl and I love the show. And he said, go Yankees.
Well, that's a
No.
problem right there.
That
I
can't be a bot because
That's a problem right there.
absolutely hate the Yankees. But,
or yeah, look.
Walter Mellon says we should have a newspaper with the date on. Well, if they just write the date, I'm fine with that.
Why can't they just write the
Who
date
has
on a piece of
newspapers?
paper? Daily Blender.
I mean,
who has
Write the
paper?
True. I don't have any paper in my house.
I mean, this is all besides toilet paper. This is all the paper I have here in my house.
Yeah, post note there, huh?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. I like Pina Coladas. Says, yeah, I got the name when Jeffrey was out of town. Yeah, you're right, because I would not allow that. I would not allow that. In
Oh,
fact,
I know. For a
now that we are not allowed to play the song anymore, I don't mind it. And so now that that's a thing, if you would like a new texter nickname, I'll let you change it. And no, hurry, Harry. Hurry, Harry. Vaginale. We're not doing that. We're not, especially not right now. He says, wait,
Damn.
you're saying I have to give up saying vaginale because I'm addicted to saying it? You just probably need to stop saying it because now we're realizing we have far more females listening than we had imagined.
Well, that's why they tune in, isn't it? I mean,
it didn't scare
I
them
don't
away
think-
before.
Yeah, they're not tuning in to hear
and,
that.
and the day we introduced that, we said it a lot.
And out of context,
and
I don't
everybody-
remember what the context was.
Everybody said it. People texted it in. We said it a lot.
What was the context? Are we talking about having a
No,
baby or something?
yeah, we were talking about
That's what it was.
childbirth.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. C-section.
something we don't
Somebody
know
had
anything
a
about.
C-section and not vaginale.
Vaginale. Well, they're gone now. Just
Nice
us
to
boys
know-
again.
Nice to meet you.
Uh,
No, hurry, Harry. You're not changing your name to Hurry, Harry Vaginale. We're not letting you do that.
Damn. Can we? Aren't we late for a break
We
or
are.
something?
Yeah.
Isn't there something
We're
we're
late.
late for? Like, how do we dive out of this?
Yeah. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
You're expanding your business and need to add to your fleet. Maybe you need another semi-truck or trailer. Don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used trucks and trailers. Whether you're an owner operator or a fleet manager, I'll get the vehicles you need with a simple application and same-day approval. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30, 50, 70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit IQannuity.com.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Are you just helping angels get their wings, or?
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm playing along with the bumper track there.
Hey, did you hear that Apple unveiled an improved version of Siri that's faster, smarter, more analytic? Basically, they made Siri a man. Did you hear it? Do you have that new version on there yet?
Ooh. I'm not responding to that. I don't want to be linked to that one at all.
See, this is how we find out how many of these are really women.
The ones who text in,
Yeah, yeah.
those are the real women.
Yeah, I don't know why you want to do that. I mean,
or they've heard you before.
This
Yeah,
is
they should
Randy
know
White, and I have nothing to do with that last statement about Siri faster, better, being a man. I have nothing to do with that statement whatsoever. I didn't. I had nothing to do with it. Keon,
just clam
and
up, you coward.
Keon and myself had nothing to do with it. That was all Jeffrey O'Brien.
Fair enough. Bruno Baller says, looks like only the ACC and the SEC conferences will be representing college baseball in the World Series this year. 4 teams from each conference, if I'm looking at this right. Okay. Heavy Metal Maniac says the Diamondbacks went to the World Series last year, and this season we can't get anybody to come on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Very small crowds. Sad. We'd probably be better in the division if we didn't have so many darn injuries. Let's go Diamondbacks. Ice cold beer here.
I agree with what you're saying, but Geraldo Perdomo showed up last night. Zach Gallen throwing some side sessions and working out. I'm sure he's getting close to coming back to the rotation. Jordan Montgomery looked pretty good last night. The Diamondbacks bullpen keeps stepping up, and our offense keeps playing well. And I know what.
I have to mansplain something to somebody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All right. All I was saying was the Diamondbacks are not in trouble. I don't know why everybody is so worried about the 500 mark. There are a lot of teams in Major League Baseball that are not above 500. A lot of teams. So everybody relax. Just calm down. We haven't even had the All-Star game yet. That's about the halfway point for Major League Baseball. We haven't gone through the trade deadline yet, and we have not done anything yet. This is just the first half of the season. The Diamondbacks are, like I said, kind of treading water, maintaining. Let's see what happens in the second half. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that gal who texted earlier said she's real. Says, I'm used to hearing these masochistic comments from Jeffrey for many months now. Nothing new. Masochistic is, sexual gratification from one's own pain or humiliation. I think what you think is misogynistic, which is sort of when a man says these sorts of things about women. But that's okay. See, I just mansplained it to her. That's another way to find out she's a real woman. She gets very angry.
You just said mansplain.
I did. I mansplained it.
Do you think that she could not have figured that out herself?
Because she wrote masochistic. So that's not the right
maybe
word. I am not making any of masochistic comments.
Yeah, then that's not. If
hurt me, beat me, make me bleed. My brutal love is what you need. That's not what I said.
If she was wrong about something and you just explain it, that's not.
Oh, now she's gone for sure. Yeah.
No, but I mansplained what misogynistic is.
I think she knows what.
After I said what she probably meant was misogynistic, and then I explained what misogynistic means.
Can we just go back to vaginal?
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows what misogyny is.
She says, thanks for mansplaining things to me. My spell check failed me.
Uh-oh.
I kind of figured you gals
probably
need.
misspelled misogynistic.
You know what you gals need.
Oh my God! Please stop.
Take the shovel
Park
out
check.
of his hands.
You need park check.
Oh no! Take it from his hands. Keon, help yourself. It's too late for me, Keon. Just go on ahead. Take the shovel from his hands.
He's just digging it deeper and deeper.
Spell check, park check.
He's taking us with him.
Thank you. 888. Oh, she knows I'm just serious. 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says the Diamondbacks are only one game behind the third wild card spot right now. Yeah, none of that matters. It's just sort of a reference point.
Well, it
That's
matters
why I bring it
in
up.
that you should be around there. Going into the All-Star break, at least be around that.
Yeah, I mean, be relevant with the other teams
Yeah.
that are looking for playoffs. You don't necessarily have to be winning your division. You don't have to necessarily be better than any other division. You just got to be around the playoff picture, and that's where the Diamondbacks are. And I guarantee you, Zach Gallen comes back and he's healthy. Merrill Kelly comes back and he's healthy, and we finally get Erod and he's healthy. Oh my God! I mean that kind of pitching rotation. The Diamondbacks can make up some ground pretty quickly, pretty fast.
Yeah, I know. Just it feels better when it's kind of like the OCD of baseball.
I know.
It feels better when it's over the number, not under the number.
See, but
That's all.
baseball is a marathon. It's not like football where every week you only have 17 chances to make good. Baseball's got 162 opportunities to turn things around.
Football,
Think
you play
about that
4
for a
games.
minute.
That's a quarter of the season. You're done. So, yeah, it's a.
I mean, if the Diamondbacks were in last place and they were like, I don't know, 15 and 48,
If they were
or
like
something.
the White Sox.
Ooh, and still, the White Sox are coming to town. The Diamondbacks need to sweep them.
Yes.
But I will tell you what, right now, that
Don't
White Sox
jinx it.
team, they're pretty damn good.
They're
They are
talented,
pretty
but they're-
damn good.
So, like on any given night, they can beat you. Show up,
Yep,
but
yep.
definitely
Yep.
beat them. They're beatable.
So 58-24, I think she might be Fed fan. Are you sure you're not Fed fan? She says, why do I listen to this show? Fed
It's either
fan
that
used to
Fed
say that all
fan
the time before we never
or-
heard from her again.
Or every woman listens to this show and wonders why they listen to this show, which I can't blame them.
We mean well.
Like most of the time.
Like
Miss Kim
every
listens.
ne'er
Miss
do
Kim
well,
listens to the Miss Kim listens to the show. She's never said that to me.
like every ne'er do well husband, we mean well. I just, Sideshow Bob says, Randy, shh. I don't know what that was for. Big George says, I think the culprit might be Moist One, or they're just real people, except for the women. Those can't be real. They are real and they're fabulous. Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, with a comment like that, sounds like you're trying to get canceled. I'm uncancelable.
Jeffrey was
I dare you to
canceled
try.
a long time
So
ago.
who has actually been canceled? They say that, but it's like, no, the person's still working somewhere doing something. Louis C.K. still doing gigs. Like, what are we doing? Like, no one, people don't get canceled. It's not
Is
a
he?
real thing.
I
Thought
ain't
he
done
died.
nothing worth canceling, but you can go ahead and try. I
I'm
ain't
just
worried
saying.
about
I'm
it.
just saying. If all these other people who are supposedly canceled aren't actually canceled, how are you going to cancel Jeffrey? You can't. It's just.
Yeah, you see, thing is, I have to accept that I've been canceled, and I just don't. Ralph Has Crabs says, hey, I'm a real person. I just like to give Ralph a hard time for being a supposed Seahawks and Rams fan. We know you're a real person, Ralph
Mhm.
Has Crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says, rumor has it Scotty Scheffler will Uber from his hotel to the golf course for the U.S. Open.
Like, if I don't make my tea time, it's the driver's fault. It is what it is.
I don't blame you for that. By the
I
way, speaking of golfers, Rory McIlroy, and turns out he's not getting divorced. Why I know this, I
Oh,
don't
good.
know. I don't know
Good.
why they think this is worthy of putting out there and being news. I don't know why I have to know that he and his wife Erica have resolved their differences and they've called off the divorce. I don't know what
Oh,
the
man.
problem was, and it's
Good.
I shouldn't know any of this. This is
Yeah.
really none of my damn business.
It's really not, but that's good news. If we're finding out that has been reconciled and they're going to try to make it work, good for them. And I hope nothing but the best for them.
Scratch me because says, since the word vaginal is being thrown around so freely,
It
No.
is apparently.
can I please have my original texter nickname of Slobodan? No, we can't.
Mm-mm.
We can't.
Mm-mm.
What?
No. Anytime it says Slobodan and then my,
Yeah.
no.
You could just
Mm-mm.
stop right there.
Yeah.
Whatever the joke
You're right.
is, if
You're
once
right,
we get to
Keon.
the part that says my,
Yeah.
the joke's over. It's-
Keon's right. 110. Yeah. On that one. Yeah.
The Jet says Diamondbacks just announced that Suarez will not be playing tonight. They're going to start using Blaze Alexander at third base and giving him the bulk of the games.
Eugenio? Gino is not, well, he's not hitting very well. That's
I like-
too bad because he's not a defensive liability. I mean, that guy's a solid third baseman.
Average Joe just sent over an AI fit photo of, he says, I'm a real boy, but the photo is a girl in a bikini holding up a Daily Blender sign.
Oh boy.
You can tell it's AI.
Does she have 13 fingers?
Well, no, AI. Average Joe wouldn't know a girl that looked like that. And it's spelled the Dally Blender. And
there you go.
all the letters
the
are
Dally.
Yeah, the letters are clearly weird.
Yeah.
So, but nice try, Average Joe. Nice try. All right, guys, that's 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. N76, visit staples.com/print for details.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. At Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit TalkNowAZ.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. At Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, we got a game tonight, 5:30 p.m. It's like they're so spaced out and far apart, sometimes I forget they're about to happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, me too. Me too. It's
a lot of time between games.
Tonight, you got the Boston Celtics visiting the Dallas Mavericks. They Celtics are up 2-0 over the Mavericks, and in tonight's game, they do have Dallas The spread is 2.5, and the money line is -150 on Dallas, +125 on Boston. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but that money looks pretty good on Boston right now, if you ask me. But except for it, what do we have as far as an update on injuries? Because we know that Kristaps Porzingis has a rare leg injury, so he's a game time decision. Luka Doncic has been nursing a bum knee, and he's been getting shots for that. I think there's 0% chance he doesn't play. But Porzingis, I think that is the biggest question mark, right?
Yeah, if you can, on the Dallas side, if you can get your usual 30 out of Luka, then you're good. And I think that he can still do that because Luka's game isn't an explosive game. He's not, trying to blow past people to get to the basket. He's mostly getting to his spots. He's using his strength. He's using his ball handling to get past people and to get to where he wants to be on the floor to put pressure on a defense. Which for Kristaps, he's part of helping to put pressure on that defense without them having to double team. So I'll be interested in seeing what adjustments they make if Kristaps can't go. They still haven't necessarily said. He was in shoot-arounds today, so that's a good sign. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play. We've seen that a bunch of times before. Could be a little bit of gamesmanship too. You're trying to you don't want Dallas to know whether or not he's out there, and you want them to waste a little bit of time preparing for him, even if he might not play. So we just don't know.
Can I ask a question? What does a rare injury mean? What does that mean?
I guess it's just an injury that doesn't usually happen to these basketball players.
So, Keon, have you heard anything like rare injury is what they're saying Kristaps had?
Yeah, he was just explaining it when you were not sitting there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. It's just an injury that isn't common, for basketball players. Like Jeffrey said, like it's one of those kind of freak injuries that I know that Porzingis has a history of being injury prone, but even by those standards, this is not an injury that happens to many people, if at all.
I would have been back on time, but I have such a big member, it takes a while to drain that.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have the same problem.
Right.
So, Chosen One, you really have to stop counting on spell check. He says Porzingis is out. Porzingis? How did I don't even think you can blame spell check. I think you actually tried to spell that, and in that it went badly for you. It's Porzingis, not Prasingus. I mean, if you were trying to spell it wrong, you had to make an effort to spell it that wrong.
At that point, you could just say KP and just move on. If it was going to be that hard to spell, you know what I mean?
It's a unicorn.
You say he's out, but do you actually have a confirmation of that being real news?
I don't have that confirmed. I don't think they're saying. All I know is that it seems like from the way they've talked about him that he might not play. But like I said, he was also at shoot-around, so I just don't know. And shoot-around doesn't mean that he's playing or that he's not playing. It just means he was at shoot-around. And they know that that's going to get reported. So
here it is. Sports Illustrated. Boston Celtics will be without Kristaps Porzingis for Wednesday's Game 3.
Yeah.
The team announced a little less than 2 hours before tip-off. So then I guess this has been news for about an hour. So thank you, the Chosen One. Next time, cite your sources so we don't have to do all this damn work, okay? The Jet says, Benga's been ruled out. Beer Bob says, whoever wrote that T-Mobile ad about a romance, like getting two things in one, never saw the movie Making Mr. Right with John Malkovich.
And also, there are plenty of sci-fi and romances. That's a lot of them, actually. Just maybe the romance is a backseat to the sci-fi.
There's romance in sci-fi.
Yeah, but you're still getting both. It's not impossible to have both.
Unnamed texter says, don't blame things on a spell checker. Blame it on the lack of a dictionary. Well, the dictionary is your dictionary these days is Google. Your spell check. Nobody uses a dictionary anymore.
Google or Bing.
But also,
right? I mean, if you're still using Bing,
nobody's using Bing but you, Randy.
Well,
if you would stop, maybe they would.
At least I've moved up in the world, Jeffrey. Okay,
moved up.
Yeah,
from
I'm using
what?
Bing now,
as opposed to
a real dictionary. Now I'm letting Bing answer my
Oh.
questions.
You went dictionary to Bing. The rest of us
Yeah.
are up here on Google.
We were never at Bing.
How do you spell that again?
Google.
G-U-G.
Yes, you got it. Perfect.
All right.
I'm still using a Yahoo email, so I have nothing to say.
Yahoo.
It's funny. The Yahoo email is the Generation X email. The AOL online, that is the generation before us, I think.
Well, that's what I have. AOL. Yeah.
I stand by my.
I had to get my
analysis.
mom off the AOL for.
Mine
got
is
mail.
mine is Randy is old at I'm sorry at AOL.com.
They've changed it to you've got old. That's what it says.
That's kind of what it says.
Big George says Jeffrey is not going to be canceled. Have you heard JD Hayworth on the sister station, Money Radio 1510? If that
No, but
guy's still on the air, Jeffrey is safe.
I bet you have though, George.
Mormon guy says, I still use a dictionary and an encyclopedia. That's how I know archery and sport climbing are actually sports. They're actually not. Mormon guy, you need to look at some updated information.
Yeah.
By the way, fresh off the presses here, I wonder if I should I post this on the internet? But fresh off the presses is the updated version of Sports Not a Sports right here.
I think you should put that on the station. What do you call that? The
website,
the chicken account. What is that? The bok bok. What do you call it?
Chicken.
Yeah. What is it? There's some bird account that you
X.
I'm
going to give this information
X.
to my ex.
When did that happen? X. Oh.
Yeah. I don't
All
call
right.
it that. I can't. I've already been conditioned for years of calling it Twitter. It's Twitter.
Twitter. That's it. See, I knew one of you guys knew what it was.
I think everybody knows what it is, Randy.
What?
But, yeah, you're right.
How is that?
Fighting Wampa says, I still use my Yahoo email address, and I will till I or it dies. Yeah, okay. I had 30,000 unopened emails.
What?
Well, see, my business account is with the radio station, but my private account over on Yahoo, I neglected it quite a lot. And so I opened it up one day, and my wife was sitting next to me, and she looked over. She about had a stroke. How do you have 30,000 unopened emails? I'm like, I get a lot of junk. I mean, I don't even look at this. And she's like, well, you got to do something about that. So then I clicked read all, and I clicked delete. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, look, problem solved. But you didn't read any of them, and they're still there. Yeah, okay.
30,000 of them. You're not reading most of those at that point.
Yeah,
the time to read most of them was
you
past.
can't do your that prince in Saudi Arabia might be trying to contact you like he did me.
He's not getting out of the country.
What?
I'm not going to be able to help him get home. I
already did. I'm still waiting on my check.
I knew I could count on you.
Thank you.
I knew I could count on you. Anyways, 888-368-1580. So back to the Celtics and the Mavericks. I think that's what we were talking about. So no Porzingis. This is the best shot the Mavericks have, isn't it?
Yes, it
I don't
absolutely
know,
is.
though. I don't know because weren't the winning percentage better without Kristaps Porzingis in the starting lineup for the Celtics?
When he walked back onto the court, they just destroyed the Mavericks 2 games in a row.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't think
but,
their winning percentage is better without him. No, I'd
was
have to look
reading
it
an
up, but I don't
reading
know.
an article today. I thought their winning percentage with him versus without him is actually better.
I don't know that off the top of my head, but I do know that when he was out there, he caused a lot of problems for Dallas that they're not going to have to face with him on the bench.
Choro says Tatum is ass. This is Dallas's chance. I just said that, Choro.
He's not ass though. Like that's come on.
I didn't say Tatum was ass, but I did say this is
that was
Dallas's
responding
best shot.
to Choro there. That's come on. He's not the best player on the team. The way they're playing right now, that's Jaylen Brown.
Well, this is going to be interesting tonight, isn't it? This is going to be if the Boston Celtics still beat the Mavericks. Oh, just forget it.
Tonight, it's over.
Put it to sleep. That thing's done.
Yeah, if they win tonight, it's over.
Talk about a must win. Every game's a must win if you're doing it right. But this right here, this is as must win as a must win can be. That all made sense, right? Did I have too many must wins?
No.
No,
I think
that's
appropriate.
That's a good amount of must
win
wins.
is a must win.
Is a must
Can
win.
be. No, I think that was right. Yeah.
I just want to make
that's right.
sure. I'm a
Yeah.
little.
No, you're good.
I didn't really have lunch today, so God knows what I'll say next.
All right.
Big George says, "What did Shoro say about Tatum's ass?" Yes, it's a fine ass. I agree.
Big George.
George, you need to have a conversation with your wife.
Big George.
There are some things about you. Well, she probably knows. Anyway, hey, remember we were talking about the old Dan Hurley, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because I know it gives certain people pain. You remember how Dan Hurley told the Lakers, not just no, but hell no, I'm not going to coach your team? Oh, that was, if you forgot, that was something, isn't it?
Yeah, it happened earlier this week, right?
Yeah, and then they said, hey, how about $70 million over 6 years? And he's like, no, thank you. And they're like, well, that's embarrassing. Oh, my God, that's embarrassing. Oh, gosh, yes. It was so bad. Jerry West died. That's how embarrassing it was. The Lakers killed Jerry West.
Oh, no.
He died of embarrassment.
No, that's not what killed the logo. That's not what killed him.
That's
Jeffrey.
so wrong. That's so
not
wrong.
what killed him.
Well, so Dan Hurley, I think we figured out why he made the decision he made. First off, UConn, he's a made man. They're going to pay him more. I don't know if it's going to be equal to or more than, whatever the case. It's his life. He's a happy man. And that's great, I think, for all of college basketball. He's staying at UConn. But now I find this out. There is a place called J. Timothy's Tavern, and they are known for dirty wings. Dirty wings are fried and sauced before getting the same treatment a second time. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
dirty wing.
I've never heard of that, but I want to know.
Yeah, you got to find some dirty wings, man.
Wow.
So they said, hey, if Dan Hurley, if you stay, you can order the dirty wings as much as you want, anytime you want, for the remainder of our existence.
No kidding. Wow.
Free.
So
Free
he can walk in there
wings.
with his family and his obsolete brother.
Yeah.
Who can't seem to get a win at ASU.
Yeah.
He can walk in there and just order wings like for the whole
Bobby
thing.
can't go by himself. Dan has to be with him.
Oh, yeah.
So then
Bobby's
they
gotta be there.
get some of them dirty wings, right? And then there's another place called Martin Russell's Meats. It's a New Britain butcher. This they've been around for like 100 years.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we got some free hot dogs for you. And some kielbasa if you stay.
Oh, kielbasa is much better than a hot dog.
This offer is good until you breathe your last breath.
What? Until
That's exactly
he dies?
how they put it.
Kielbasa from
hot dogs and kielbasa.
Now this
Whatever
is
you want.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Not really a cattle state, so I think you have to probably go
butcher.
with the.
This is the butcher, so they're getting it brought in. Yeah.
Well, why are they just giving him hot dogs and kielbasa? That's what I want to know.
Because that's what they have. I mean, the other guys have wings. These guys have hot dogs, kielbasa.
All right.
I told you, he's a made man.
But he look if
he gets fired from UConn.
If I go rolling
Free
in
food.
there and I'm what's his name again? Hurley. I go walking in there and hey, I'm Coach Hurley from UConn. Back to back national. Give me a couple of those hatchet steaks. I want some of those babies.
The offer was hot dogs and kielbasa.
I'm pretty sure that everybody in that area knows what Dan Hurley looks like.
I bet you get a
If
discount.
walk in and say you're Dan Hurley.
What?
I don't think
I
they're going
didn't
to
say
believe you.
Dan Hurley. I said Coach Hurley. I'm Coach Hurley, and I understand I get free meat here. So I want you to,
Dan.
I want a prime rib and some of those hatchet steaks, and give me a hunk of that prime rib. And it's all free, right, guys?
No, they're not. They said hot dogs and kielbasa.
They
What the
know
hell is that?
they know what
It's
he looks
free
like.
hot dogs and kielbasa. What are you complaining about?
So they sweep up the floor back there when they're doing the butchering, and they make the hot dogs. and that's all they're going to give them.
All? It's free for life.
I don't understand.
Wings and hot dogs and kielbasa,
I
free for
don't-
life.
I don't know.
Look,
You already had me at the wings, to be honest.
I mean,
Plus the millions of dollars he's already
I'm not
making.
not even going
You
in
already
there.
had me at the dirty wings.
I'm
Yeah.
not going in there. I'm just
I'm
eating
there.
dirty wings. That's it.
I'm there. Oh, I'll take the kielbasa too.
And just start annihilating baby chickens everywhere because I want some wings, Jack. That's what I'm telling them right now.
Average Joe says Pepe's Pizza is the best pizza in America. I'm from Connecticut, and Hurley got hooked up with some of the best free food. Oh, okay. So we got J. Timothy's Tavern and Martin Russell's Meat. Did Pepe's Pizza also kick in? I didn't know that. See, look, he's a made man. That's what made man means.
A tavern, Jeffco. If I go walking in there as Bobby Hurley, let's say I shave my head and I go walking in there with some sort of abstract attitude, and I'm Bobby Hurley. Give me some wings, and you and I
They
can
know
eat
what
there.
Bobby Hurley looks like. They know what Dan Hurley looks like. They're not giving us anything. Not a damn thing.
So we get nothing out of this.
Yeah, Frank
Well,
Pepe
why
Pizzeria.
would we get anything out of this?
Frank
Because
Pepe
I-
Pizzeria is giving Dan Hurley free pizza for life.
Who is Frank? Who?
Frank Pepe Pizzeria.
There it is, Pepe Pizza,
They're
like
giving
Joe
a free
said.
pizza for
Pepe's.
life.
Yeah.
You can't complain about that.
You get pizza,
no,
you get
no.
wings, you get kielbasa and hot dogs.
Yeah.
How can
Well,
you
I-
possibly be upset about
Well, I mean,
this?
hot dogs for the kids. So I'm not going to eat that.
You're not
crap.
gonna
All
eat
of
hot
these are
dogs?
things that might
No.
shorten your lifespan, but you'll
significantly.
die happy.
And that's the point of life.
And the kids get the hot dogs. I'll eat the kielbasa though. That's good. You know, you slice some potatoes up in there, put some sauerkraut in there, put that in the slow cooker. Oh my God, yeah, that's good. Yeah. With
We're
the
not
hot
calling
dogs?
him Jason Taint Yum, moist one.
For
He says more like Jason Taint Yum, right, George? No, not right.
No. In fact, very wrong, actually.
Taint Yum.
We better take a
What?
break.
Yeah, it's just
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Oh, my glasses today. No matter how I get my glasses, there's like a glare on them. That usually doesn't happen in here. What's going on? It's freaking me out. And we're all wearing glasses. And Keon, I'm envious of your round glasses. I want to get some round ones. I know those are blue blockers and stuff. You should wear those fishing too, you know. Then you can see the fish better in the water.
Really?
For real. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Are they polarized?
I still have yet to go fishing out here, but I will figure out a way to make that happen at some point.
When I take a little time off around the 4th of July, that's one of the things I'm planning on doing, fishing, you know? So here's a way that you do that with kids. You just don't. You go by yourself.
Well, I don't have kids. I guess I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So you know how to do it right. But then the other part is you get up early, you don't tell anyone, you go fishing. You come back, you wake them up, then you take them fishing.
Okay.
You get your fishing in, peace and quiet, actual chance of catching fish, not having to reel in and throw out and reel in and throw out. And you get people off snags and, how did you get that hook in your ear? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then you just have your Zen moment and then you go. Then you go back and get the kids.
If you go out at 6 o'clock in the morning,
it's too late. You gotta go at 5, man.
You go out at 5 and you come back at 10.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are just waking up at 10.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'll sit there in a little lawn chair with an umbrella and go like, all right, knock yourself out.
That's it.
I don't think you ain't catching nothing, but let's see.
Bag of sunflower seeds and you sit there and watch the kids drown some worms.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing better than that. Yeah.
My wife was, she was like, what are you doing there? She's like, oh, I'm on Amazon. Oh, okay. What are you getting? Oh, I'm getting a book for when the kids fish. Just because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. By the way, is it Father's Day this weekend?
It is. Yeah.
Oh, man, that snuck up on me. What do you want for Father's Day, Randy?
I already got it. I got a ice maker.
That's right.
Miss Kim hooked me up with an ice maker, and it's the bomb diggity. Yeah.
I think I'm getting steak for Father's Day.
Steak?
Yeah.
It's hard to go wrong with that.
Basically, I'm getting a task. So look what we got you.
You have to cook it.
Could you set this on fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go ahead and cook this?
I assume the steak was just for you. My bad.
Not even complaining.
Yeah.
Not even complaining. I'm okay with that.
Mm.
So if you are needing to get your dad something for the Father's Day out there, they did a poll of 1,000 dads and said, hey, what do you really want for Father's Day? And here's the thing. You ask a dad that, they're going to be like, no, just give me a card. Yeah. So it's not, you're not really getting an answer, but that's number one on the list because you're never going to get a real answer from dads. Like, all right, so fine, give me a gift card. I don't care. And so that is the top answer, gift card. And they're like, I don't know, something food or drink related. That's number 2. And they're like, I don't know, clothing, shoes. You could tell the way they answered these questions, they didn't know themselves.
Yep.
Electronics? Yeah, I guess so. Tickets to a concert or sporting event? It's not bad. Sporting goods. Books or music? Something for around the house? Nobody says that. Self-care stuff like a massage. Well, that's because some kids have 2 dads too. Let's see. Jewelry. Yeah, get him that nice brooch he's been looking at. Sure. So yeah, here's what you get your dad. Peace and quiet. That's what they want. Yeah, they just want you to just let them know you appreciate them. That's all.
Give him a card and leave him alone.
Yeah.
Let him watch sports.
Yeah, don't interrupt him during the game.
Yeah, just leave him alone. Get him a pizza. Help him prop his feet up. Bring him a nice cold beer.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. That's
Stop
what dads want.
asking stupid questions.
Yeah, just go ask your mom. Yeah.
While he's trying to watch, don't ask dumb questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And guess what is happening on Sunday for Father's Day? A lot of guys like to watch golf. Let him watch his golf. It's a U.S. Open.
Yeah, especially if he's the kind of guy that turns on the TV as soon as it starts and stays there all day. If that's how he's watching the other majors, that's how he'd like to watch the U.S. Open.
And if he wants to watch the U.S. Open through his closed eyelids, leave him the hell alone.
Yeah. Let him take a nap. Don't bother him.
Sometimes he'll be watching the U.S. Open. Sometimes the U.S. Open will be watching him. That's just what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Simple equation.
The way I look at golf tournaments, somewhere between the 4th hole and the 16th, that's where you check out and you sleep, and then you wake up around the 16th, and you're watching your guy from the 16th on in. Yeah.
I've spent many Sundays that way.
Just saying.
Look, golf is the one sport nobody gets mad at you if you nod off a little bit. So I do. Nice lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
You just got an entire pack of beers. You just go through that.
Just baseball game, 3rd inning on to about the 7th inning.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them check out if they want to. That's okay.
Average Joe is now just making crap up. Average Joe says, Dan Hurley also got free tacos from Sayulita. By the way, Sayulita, you know what that means? Place of flies.
Huh.
That's what that means
doesn't
in
seem
Spanish.
particularly appetizing.
Aztec word, Sayula, place of flies or mosquitoes.
Got a lot of flies there in Connecticut.
Average Joseph's making stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Moise one says, don't sleep on the 4th hole.
What?
That's supposed to be dirty, I think.
Yeah. Somehow. I don't know how. I also don't want to find out how.
One.
You're right.
I'm deeply uninterested in how, and
You counting the ears first? Which way do you count? Going down to up or up to down?
I'm normal way. 1.
If it's from the bottom up, 1, 2,
1.
3rd hole's the mouth then. From the bottom up, 3rd hole's the mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait.
3.
From the top down, 3rd hole is one of your nostrils.
Oh.
Ear,
no.
nostril.
No,
so 3rd hole would be
I don't,
one of your nostrils.
No, I don't
What kind
think
of
about
kinky
that.
crap is he doing with nostrils?
Yeah. Well,
it's moist one. Do you want to know? Do
No.
you really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is,
I have a few rules in life, but one of my rules is don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to. I do not want to know the answer.
I mean,
to that
Father's
question.
Day is one of those days you get the special treatment.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I think so. Don't
We
you?
get so ripped off. Man, Mother's Day, kids just fall all over themselves doing stuff for the mom.
Oh, yeah,
because
Dad,
you know
Dad,
why?
Can I have some money for my Mother's Day present?
Right. They work the guilt. Oh,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how many hours I was in labor? So the kids are just like, oh my God, we got to do something, right? And so then it's like, well, okay, Dad's Day, we know what he did. So
Nothing.
Yeah, not really much. So we get screwed on the deal. We do.
Yeah. Here's a tie. I
Here's
don't
a
wear
mug.
ties to
Here's
work.
a mug.
Yeah.
Here's a tie.
Here's a picture of a bird.
Even though we
Yeah.
never wear ties.
That's
we get
true. I
ties.
actually remember one time when I was a kid, I got my
Hey, a
dad
sweater.
a tie.
Hold on a second. Hold
Me-
on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Me and my brother got my dad a tie for Father's Day. And
Really?
My dad was like, "I'm a nurse. I wear
Yeah.
scrubs.
Yeah, I don't
I
don't wear ties.
I don't wear a
Yeah.
tie. I never
Yeah.
wear a tie."
Yeah, why would you get me a tie?
And like, yeah, well, we go to church, and he was like, "Yeah, I got 50 ties already. I got a
Why
tie
am-
for every
what
week of
am
the
I-
year. Like, what are we doing?"
What am
Okay,
I
hold
going to
on.
do with this tie?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me show you. Now remember,
Okay.
I
Yep.
have a son who's 30.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my other kid's 15, 16 years old. Let me take you through some Father's Day. Right here.
All right.
Here's tie.
Yeah.
Tie. These are the ties
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
my closet
Yeah.
that I got on Father's Day. This is a nice
Yeah.
Armani.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a
This
nice
is
one.
Also, I think
Oh,
that's a Giorgio
yeah.
Armani right
Oh,
there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah.
But then if they give you something, you have to wear it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So here's they thought, oh well, Dad loves him some M&Ms and Snickers.
Oh, there
so
it is.
there's
There
that
you go.
beaut, that tie right
Tie
there.
that
Yeah.
you will
Oh, there
never
it is.
wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and then because the Bugs Bunny tie, I got a Bugs Bunny tie for.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know what business situation they expect me to wear that in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and
maybe to church. Yeah.
yeah, and there's a cummerbund and a thing for fancy stuff.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
Look
you
at
go.
that fancy. Yeah.
But yeah, I got ties. Got ties
Yeah,
coming out my ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't need a
wait,
tie.
hold on.
And there's another one.
This is the one that came out of my butt right there.
Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Yeah.
I got ties for days and days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
need any more ties. Like at a
No
certain
more
point,
no
you
more
have
ties.
got. Look, when you have eclipsed 20 ties,
You know what Jeffrey needs for
That's
his
too many
Father's
ties.
Day? I mean, if the family's listening, what Jeffrey needs for Father's Day is a go-kart.
That's what I need. That's what I want. I always
That's
ask
what
for
he
it.
needs
Never
right there.
get it.
Go-kart. Yeah.
Never get it. Never get it.
that's a damn shame.
So
Not a tie, a go-kart.
you know what I did? Is just to kind of prove a point. We were supposed to go to this wedding, right? And so my son is here, and I'm like, I'm outfitting him, right? I'm putting him. I like, here's the jacket, here's the thing. And he's like, oh yeah, it looks sharp. And I said, listen, you can keep this when we're done because that stuff is too small for me now. And you're a big guy, so you could have this, and then you're going to grow into it more. And he's like, oh, thanks, Dad. One of the ties I put around his neck and said he could have, he gave me, and he didn't recognize.
Didn't
recognize
realize that he gave you that time.
No, he hasn't put two and two together yet. That I just
Go-kart.
re-gifted him his own tie.
Go-kart.
Go-kart would be nice. My arms are getting tired of holding these ties up.
I think
Well,
you
that's
should put
because
those away.
The amount of ties that dads get on Father's Day, it starts to get heavy after a little bit. The hanger that holds all the ties.
Yeah.
Like you see Jeffrey's hanger that holds all the ties was made out of wood. You can't have a plastic hanger holding all that. You'll break it.
No. Yeah. You got to get one of those fancy tie racks.
Yeah. Otherwise it
Man,
won't hold
it's-
under the weight of all the damn ties.
Oh yeah. Gotta
That's
get one of those-
fancy enough. You know, my wife
yeah.
would be embarrassed if she knew. So, one of those hangers that I had was a plastic hanger. If she knew I still had a plastic hanger, she'd beat me with it.
Uh-oh.
Because she always makes sure that we have all those wooden hangers.
She's all class.
Yeah, she's very classy.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't care if it's
Like
plastic or not.
95% of my hangers are plastic.
Nobody's supposed to be in my closet.
Well, that's
who
true.
cares?
What does it matter? But
what if you have a cat burglar that goes through your closet?
Then I'm humiliated.
Yeah, well, there it is.
The cat
See?
burglar doesn't even steal anything. Because he's
See what
like,
I'm saying?
Oh my God.
They're on
Plastic?
plastic? I'm out of here.
I thought I was stealing from somebody rich.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to find out if she's listening right now. Is if she comes up here and see her walk in with a wooden hanger and walk out with that black hanger.
The plastic hanger's just gone now.
Sorry, honey.
Cat's out the bag.
Forgot it was there. Hey, next Thursday is the 20th, and that is the longest day of the year. It's
Really?
summer solstice, and so 15 hours of sunlight. And to celebrate, Kroger, or as we know them, Fry's. By the way, did you know that they bought Safeway?
Yeah.
Yes.
So are they calling themselves Kroger now?
It's kind of all.
It's part of the Kroger brand, I believe.
You'll have to check if they're doing this or not, but I do know the Kroger family of supermarkets are giving out 45,000 pints of free ice cream on June 20th.
I'm not gonna lie. You said ice cream, and I was a little disappointed because I was hoping you meant beer. But
Where do I sign up?
ice cream?
Do I win all 45,000 pints?
Nobody's ever going to give away that much free beer. You can forget
What?
that.
I know. I just still got my hopes up. For some
Beer?
reason.
Where
And
do
if
I
it
sign
is-
up?
I heard the word pints
no
and
beer.
immediately got my hopes up. I'm sorry.
There's no beer. There's no, listen, if you get the free ice cream, you can have the money to buy the beer. So it's kind of like
So okay, so
discount
that's
beer.
kind of a win there. You get the ice cream, and you're still going to buy the beer anyway. So now you got that.
So
All right,
listen,
fair.
to get your free ice cream, go to freekrogericecream.com, download a digital coupon, and then each voucher can only be downloaded on June 20th. So you got to mark your calendar. Remember to do this, and then you get that Kroger brand ice cream. So you ain't getting anything fancy, but ice cream is ice cream, really. Biggest catch is the promotion is not happening in every state. So if you're listening out of state, screwed. Here's where you can't get it: California, Colorado, Idaho, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, North Dakota, Nevada, Tennessee, and Virginia. Sorry.
Virginia.
Habit. Virginia. Anyway, so enjoy the free ice cream next Thursday, but put a reminder in your phone there. Big George says, do any of your ties sing? No. That, you know how you know that? Because all my kids are living. He says, I got my dad one that sang Jingle All the Way for Christmas. Yeah, sure. He found a way to love you past that.
Yeah.
or the tie was mysteriously lost and he couldn't find it for some reason.
I don't know what you mean, George. I can't find that tie.
So Big George also wants you to know that the Kroger Safeway Albertsons merger is not yet official. It's facing U.S. government scrutiny. So they're having to rework the deal and sell some Safeway and Albertsons stores in Arizona and California to a completely different third party. Hey, as long as Safeway keeps doing their meat the way they do it, then I don't care. But
how do they do it? They
do it right. The meat at Safeway is really nice.
Okay. I've actually never shopped at a Safeway, so well, at least not since I was in Maryland. They didn't.
Yeah, that's where the good meat is. Don't get your meat at Fry's. Go to Safeway.
Okay.
The fried chicken ain't what it used to be at Fry's anymore.
Well,
I can't recommend it like I used to, but it's still okay. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it used to be great.
Yeah, they blew that one, man.
It used to be great.
Lost Toby says, Chestnut got a Netflix deal. America is back.
Are we talking about Joey Chestnut?
Yeah, who else?
What?
But how does that fix anything?
He's still not in this competition, which is what everybody was crying about yesterday.
I could give two halves of a damn
understand
about that.
I don't enjoy watching it.
But I understand in August, it's the Joey Chestnut Kobayashi showdown for all the dogs.
Okay.
You know, I can't say this on the radio, but I can show you right here what I think of this. That's what I think of that.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Let's take a break. When we come back, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep. And you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Cars aren't the only vehicle on our roads. Arizona drivers, don't forget to look out for motorcycles. That means checking your blind spots. Motorcycles are hard to see, day or night. They move and stop quickly, too. So keep your distance whenever you see them and stay focused on the road, not your phone. Make sure you're protecting everyone on our streets. Stay on the lookout for motorcycles. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
At Desert Wholesale Diamond, we pride ourselves on providing top-tier quality, unmatchable prices, and excellent service. I'm Diamond Dave, and my track record in the diamond industry dates back 4 generations. I've eliminated the traditional middlemen, providing you with direct access to wholesale markets.
I'm Jada Cantor, and we offer you the best diamond buying journey of your life. With 3 wholesale offices and a dedicated production team, we make it easy for you to buy diamonds at unbeatable wholesale prices.
Our 34 years of industry leadership proves our dedication. And we continue to lead the way in all areas, particularly in lab-grown diamonds.
Save yourself from paying retail. Experience the most pleasant diamond buying experience ever. Meet Diamond Dave and his team, who are all waiting to assist you with your wholesale diamond purchase.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450, 480-397-2450, or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, did I hear what you said about ice cream? Ice cream is ice cream. Bite your tongue. Tillamook ice cream is on sale this week at Bash's', and it's great. No, what I said was free ice cream. You know, free ice cream is free ice cream. You know, an ice cream that is free, well, it's good ice cream. If it's free, it's good. You know, listen, there is some garbage ice cream out there. I'm not going to lie to you. There is. But Kroger brand ice cream is not, that's good stuff. Actually is. Have you had the Kroger brand ice cream, guys?
No. I don't eat that much ice cream these days.
I can't recall.
What are you eating right now? What is it?
Cheese.
God, I love some chunko mozzarella cheese like that. Some string cheese is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not doing me any good there. I can't. It's no, you can't put it through the camera.
It's three-dimensional.
Not from my end. It's not. King of Kitten says Albertsons has the best grocery store fried chicken. I've tried it and it was not, but maybe they do now. I don't know. Maybe I should try it again. Just so disappointed that Fry's changed their fried chicken recipe. I don't understand. Why mess with a good thing? I don't know why you do that. I mean, what do I have left to make me happy in life? Kids, wife, whatever. What about the chicken?
You got me.
Great. 888-368-1580. Fantastic. What I needed with the chicken. You know what I'm saying?
I make pretty good fried chicken.
What is all this? Hey, George, your first update about the Kroger Safeway thing is fine, but I don't need to know about the updated divestiture package, increasing the total store count. But I don't need, he just sent me a giant list of everything. I'm not reading this, George. I'm not reading this. I just don't have time for this. That's a lot. Seriously, he's got like 8 paragraphs on what Kroger is doing with Safeway and Albertsons.
Big George, this is interesting to you.
I just
not the rest of us, just because you're a lawyer, so you got the interest in corporate merger stuff.
Yeah,
that's interesting to you. The rest of us.
Elevator pitch was perfect. I read it. We were good. Yeah, we were done.
We don't need all the details. We are not going down the rabbit hole of this merger because it is not interesting to anybody not named Big George.
Does it contain the top secret fried chicken recipe?
It probably doesn't because they don't have it anymore. Clearly, if they had it, they'd still be using it.
From here out, the only thing I want you to post about Kroger is the recipe for that fried chicken. And if you don't have it, don't
the
bother.
original.
Yeah, the
recipe.
good stuff. Mm-hmm. Baby Mullet says, no Tingus Pingus. Does Dallas stand a chance tonight?
They do. Yeah,
they do.
I mean, I think Porzingis was breaking up lobs that they were running against Minnesota all the time, and they weren't able to against Porzingis in Boston because he's so good in defense and he's so good at reading those things that a lot of those easy dunks that they were able to get with guys like Daniel Gafford just weren't getting them.
Does Kyrie Irving though?
I think that Kyrie gets going a little bit too because
You think so?
Getting to the basket is
All right.
harder with Porzingis there.
Yeah, well, he ain't
All right.
shooting for bleep, so he has to get to the basket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and part of the shooting is getting to the basket because once you can get to the basket, now people have to respect your speed. You get some nicer looks. You get some more open shots.
I still think Drew Holiday is the guy that you got to look at for Boston.
He's huge. He's a big part of this series as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's because being able to guard Kyrie and Luka one-on-one basically means you can dare those Dallas role players to beat you. And so far, they haven't done that.
Right.
You know what I think they should do?
What?
Randy, you know how they got them cheese sticks there? They like the one you just ate?
Oh, yeah, the deep fried cheese sticks.
No,
Yeah.
they went pretty quick, didn't it? That cheese stick.
Oh, yeah.
They should make Hungry Man cheese sticks, like a much bigger version.
Yeah.
Because you eat the cheese stick and it's gone.
Mhm,
You're like, I wish I had more
mm.
cheese stick.
Yep.
Where'd the cheese stick go? It's gone. They
Oh,
should
I-
make manly sized cheese sticks.
Oh, you're damn right. What do you think? About a foot long? Maybe 12 inches?
I don't know. Whatever.
12 inches and 2 inches in girth.
That sounds about right. Wait, no, hold on.
Hmm?
All of a sudden, this cheese stick is taking a different
12 inches, 2 inches in girth.
I just don't think we need to use the word girth
With
when we're talking about.
you get that 2 inches of girth
Yeah.
in there. You get some of that Olive Garden Alfredo cream spooge. What do you call that? The Alfredo stuff. What do you call that they put
It's
on
just
the
Alfredo.
chicken?
It's
yeah,
just what it is. It's
Well,
what it's
there
called,
it
a
is.
sauce.
You get yourself a saucer of that,
Mhm.
and some of those big, maybe 6 to 12 inches long, and 2 to 3 inches in girth, and some of that
No.
Alfredo. Oh my God! Can you imagine that?
Again,
Oh
I'd
my
like to
God.
retract the statement.
Oh,
and to have it stricken from the record.
Now we are talking manly
Just
cheese
gonna
sticks right there.
Stick with
That's
the way they come out of the
manly.
package now.
Oh,
I'm good.
with the Alfredo, and you get that on the tip of it. You get
Yeah,
that.
no,
Oh, and it's
just-
nice and warm.
Yeah.
Oh, and you just tear it off.
geez,
There's a
God.
long, like a long pole
Don't
on
watch
that.
the YouTube.
A
Everybody.
long
Just don't.
pole on that.
Don't
and then
watch
it
the video of this
snaps
show.
back and slaps you right. Oh my God! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeff Combe. If you and I
don't want
ever
him
do
anymore. Just
what
done.
we've wanted to do forever and open up our
Careful.
own sports grill,
Yeah.
and we got to have some manly
No,
cheese.
we're sticking with
uh,
regular size because
what?
you just
12
you
inches,
just described something that
2 inches or so in girth. That's what I'm
no,
talking. And some of that, we've got to steal the secret recipe
Okay,
from
so
Olive
here's
Garden.
the thing.
Some of that
I want
Alfredo.
I want a
cream.
bigger cheese
What?
stick, but
Yep.
now you've
Yeah.
the way you describe it, I have
Uh-huh.
to change the design. I want it to be Toblerone shaped, like a triangle.
What?
That way, nobody does
Well,
what
triangle?
they're gonna do with this giant cheese.
What are you talking about?
This cheese stick
Nobody
thing.
likes the triangle cheese.
No, it's the
sticks.
same thing. You're
Nobody-
peeling it off the same way. It's good.
Oh my God, no!
I would like to withdraw my idea. and state
Why
that.
don't you just make it little tiny little circles like the little cow thing? You know, the little cow scrunchies that they bring out. Those little in the red package.
You peel it
Oh,
off.
yeah,
you
yeah,
peel
yeah,
it off
yeah,
there.
those are nice.
The little wax package. You see what I'm saying?
Takes too
no.
long.
Yeah, about 12 inches long, and it's it's got a good coating on it, and then
No.
you dip the tip of it in that Alfredo. Oh my God! Can you imagine sticking that in your mouth? Oh, we're talking.
Randy,
This is
Randy,
amazing. Yep.
You got a call coming in from Freud. Dr. Freud would like to talk
Excuse
to you.
me?
Yeah.
Freud again?
Oily Stool says, did someone say 2 inches of girth? That is one lucky guy right there. Baby Mullet says, sounds like Randy wants to stick his tongue out and rub the manly cheese stick all over his face. He does. Brunswick guy says, Randy, you're supposed to be the religious one of the bunch. Now I'm having to cover my kids' ears during
I don't
this
know what you're
segment.
talking about.
Why are your kids listening
By
to
the
this
way,
show?
it's not a family show, Brunswick.
Hey,
I don't
we
know
have
why you keep
confirmed
saying
this
that.
about 16
There was
or
nobody
17
on the
times at this
phone
point.
line, and B, I'm talking about cheese sticks. I don't know what you filthy animals are talking about.
Big George is Toblerone, Jeffrey. Isn't that even worse?
No.
It's a triangle. He says it's ribbed for her pleasure. Toblerones aren't ribbed.
Well, it's one bar, and then it's like little mountains, you know.
Wait,
although
it's like a bar?
like what
What's the
Randy
girth
is
on
alluding
that,
to,
Keon?
Well,
although
it's not a circle,
like what
so you don't
Randy is
measure it that
alluding
way.
to, there's little things in the Toblerone that makes you go. So that could be just as bad.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Can we talk about football yet? I've just been trying to talk about
Please,
football here.
can we please talk about football? I would love to talk about football. I'm usually
You talk
excited
about
to
a
talk about
touchdown.
football.
I mean,
I
those
am-
cheese sticks that you and I just came up with, Jeffrey, those are
I
touchdowns.
don't want anything to do with this
never
anymore.
been more excited to talk about football in my entire life. Let
I
us talk
bet.
about
Okay.
football, please.
So-
Right on the
my
heels
wife-
of that, yeah.
My wife gets an email from the Arizona Cardinals.
She
And so
does.
she forwards the email to me. And I'm like, what is this? And she says, look, it's this new show. I'm like, what? And it says in there, it says the Cardinals Flight Plan, Episode 1, Stick
Yeah.
and Pick, Monty Ossenfort Draft Room. I'm like, oh, are they doing another one of those all or
Yeah.
nothing kind of shows? Is
Oh,
it-
yeah. Yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
not. It's not.
The
It's just
flight plan.
It's
yeah.
more
It's just a
produced by the
YouTube-
Cardinals.
Yeah,
full
it's a
YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
15
Yeah.
minutes long. It's just
Yeah.
a hey, buy tickets kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and get the fans to kind of get
I
a little
mean, it's
peek
at-
behind the.
I mean,
How did they win an
a
Emmy
little bit.
for something that's just only
I
on
mean,
YouTube?
after you go behind the curtain, you see the brilliance of Monty Ossenfort putting together the great
Monty
seven-
looks like an evil Bond villain, by the way.
the great
That's
bird
what
of
you want?
prey, and you get to see what he's doing. Then you're going to want to buy tickets. That's
It was
what I'm
fun
saying.
to see a little bit of Marvin Harrison Jr.'s personality and Darius Robinson. He's got a personality. And they seem like pretty good guys and nice guys. And so I actually did. I thought, I'll watch this whole thing. And they show Monty Awesome Fart standing there and making calls and doing deals. Only he's just like, we're sticking with the pick. We're going to make the pick. And it was just kind of like, okay, all right. And everybody was very happy. But, it was a nice little video. I don't know how the hell it's winning Emmys. How's that
Well,
thing winning?
because
Do they air it on actual TV? I think you have to be on actual TV.
they don't air it on TV, but at some point,
Can't win an Emmy if you're not on actual TV.
well, if you're on Netflix, you can win an Emmy, and
This
you're
isn't
not on
on
actual
Netflix.
TV. But I'm saying because
on
they,
YouTube.
if they change the standards to where shows
Why
that
haven't
only
we won an
stream-
Emmy yet?
Well, I don't know.
We're not on
You
YouTube.
have to talk about the Emmy
are
people.
on
We
YouTube.
are on YouTube, but maybe
Well, not like in show form, just sort of like in like stream form. If we turn this into a show,
We can't win an Emmy if my audio keeps breaking up.
Yeah.
well, that's Keon was just putting a
I was
pineapple
just
up there in the camera.
to let you know.
How long has it been doing that? Because now we're not going to win an Emmy.
A couple of minutes.
Maybe we'll win an Emmy tomorrow.
I don't know that that's how that works, but sure.
If
but yeah,
we
no,
keep talking about our
there-
cheese stick idea, I
No,
guarantee
no.
we will win an Emmy. I'll tell you that right now.
I just think that if they're allowing shows that only stream to win them, then of course you can win an Emmy
We
for that.
submit today's show, we'll win a damn Emmy. Because we're talking about
strongly
cheese sticks.
disagree. Yeah,
Could you
that's
just submit a show that I'm not on, please?
it just that will get us some buzz. Will it win us anything? I have
I have
doubts.
a buzz when I'm talking about a 12-inch cheese stick with 2 inches of girth
I
and
believe
some of that Alfredo.
I believe
Oh
you are
my
buzzed.
God.
Yes, I do.
How will I know when I can talk again and it doesn't break up? Is it now?
No, actually.
Damn. Is it break time yet?
You're at
We got a
32
minute.
Yeah, now 49, 44. Wait, 45. Okay.
I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to I'm going to
Go ahead.
switch to I'm going to switch things. So you might lose me for a minute.
Well, I mean that we're breaking 50 seconds. You could
You
just.
told me you couldn't hear a damn thing I could say.
I didn't say
But-
that.
It was kind of like this.
You just said how long has it been? For you
That's
to-
what it sounds like when you're gargling the sauce on your cheese stick, Randy.
What are you talking about? Nice and warm, right out of the oven. Got those crumbs on there. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Brunswick guy says, you keep talking like salty sailors. You're not going to win Canadian Kids' Choice Awards anytime soon.
Well, it's not a kids show, Brunswick guy.
Well, we're also not Canadian. So.
Can't stress that enough.
Well, I mean, two of the three of us are not Canadian. I'll let you know which one is.
I'm not Canadian, and you know that.
And there it is. The guy who's a Canadian is saying he's not Canadian.
I'm going to go reconnect this thing.
We've been doing this for 30 years, Jeffrey. When are you going to accept the fact you're Canadian?
You just started making this crap up like 2 months ago.
What are you talking about? I've been doing this for 30 years. I've got tapes of you and I.
I'd love to see you prove it.
Oh, I have. I've got proof. I'll bring it on the show if you want me to. Don't dare
almost
me,
as much
Jack.
as I want to hear you talk about cheese sticks. Yeah.
we could talk about those popsicles I was talking about.
Nope. And
those mango covered popsicles. Oh my God, they're about 12 inches long. Oh, it's like you talk about a frozen treat you could suck on for a good long time in the hot weather. Are you kidding me?
Sounds like a Canadian we know.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 76, visit staples.com/print for details.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. I am making $40 million available to parents of all Arizona public and charter school students for free tutoring in reading and math, so we can raise academic proficiency, which is my highest priority. Money is available for all students in grades 1 through high school. Teachers who do the tutoring will also earn money, which they deserve. Sign up at azed.gov. Thank you.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and hello everybody, it's 5 o'clock. It's Daily Blender. Okay. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Do I sound normal now?
Yes.
You do. Yeah, very clear.
Huh.
Crystal clear.
Yeah.
I did nothing. I did not a damn thing.
Might have just been a little dip.
Cox Communications.
Cox
Communications.
Yeah.
So let's get caught up on the text line, and then I want to talk some damn football here.
All right.
King of Kittens wants to talk NBA Finals, which tips off in half an hour. He says, "Who you got?" Not a clue.
I still got Boston.
You got Boston, even though. Okay,
it's
Randy?
not like they looked helpless when Porzingis wasn't on the floor.
Until Dallas can prove they can beat Boston, I'm taking the Celtics.
Yeah, I feel that's the same way I felt about the Patriots back in the day when Tommy Brady was in town. And until further notice, the smart money is on the Boston team right now. But this is the best possible shot that Dallas has to try to get back in this.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So we will see. In a half an hour, we'll keep you up to date on the score here and there, but it's not like we got tons of show left, but we'll let you know. And then we won't because we're off at 6. And then I won't be here tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, damn it. Did you have to tell him that?
Why? What's the problem?
Nobody's going to listen now.
That's not true.
Nobody's going to listen now because you'll be taking tomorrow and Friday.
No, they'll call their friends and be like, hey, O'Brien's out.
No.
And then you're going to get a bunch of people from
Keon
the past.
and we won't get any text or
all
nothing.
the people I've alienated, they'll come out of the woodwork.
No, but did you ever stop to think that you alienated them for good reasons? And now we're stuck with them.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's even worse. Yeah.
Now Keon and I have to talk for 3 hours. Perfect. Thanks.
6. I'm going to be out Thursday and Friday.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Going to the Belly Button Lint Museum on Thursday.
As you do.
It's been a dream of mine. And then I'm going to swing by that new Pewseum in Williams. Going to go to the Pewseum. I'm going to see the dinosaur poo. How do you know for sure it's dinosaur poo, though? That's the thing. I'm kind of it's petrified.
I mean, they probably check with it's probably its location.
They're like, oh, there's some prehistoric corn in it right there.
Near the remains or something. I don't know.
That nails it. That is
there
actual
would
dinosaur poo.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if for instance, but there's a pretty good chance you can figure what T-Rex ate. So if you know this is what their usual prey was, and that's in there, it's a pretty good chance it's T-Rex.
Tell you what, T-Rex didn't eat.
Corn on the cob. He just couldn't just reach the. His hands were teeny.
Arms were so short.
Just couldn't reach his face. Yeah.
Yep. Slow-mo Zo says, Randy, how about deep frying that bad boy, that cheese
what I was
stick?
talking about. That's exactly what I mean. I mean, I think, now thinking through this, Jeffrey and I are going to have we're going to have a trailer. I'm buying a trailer, and Jeffrey and I are going to have a trailer at the Arizona State Fair, and we're gonna sell these.
We don't have any
my
Kevlar
God,
vests.
yeah.
I'm not going.
Can
to the
you
State Fair.
imagine? This is going to be amazing.
I'm going to
right
pass.
off the midway. Randy and Jeffrey's 12-inch long cheese sticks. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wilbur says, did you guys ever talk about college football playoff season for this year? Yes, we did. The fact that those bowl games are committed to playoff games. So at what point are we going to start disregarding the other non-participating bowl games?
This year?
I am glad that the bowl games are going to mean something. It's weird, though, because the Army-Navy game, that's going to mess up that. Are they going to have to start scheduling that earlier in the year?
It's not a bowl game.
I know, but they're trying to act like that they're going to try to take that and do something with it that is with the playoffs or something.
What about Snoop Dogg's bowl? It's going to be down in Tucson at the old Pueblo.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how they're putting this together, but for a game like Army-Navy, I think they should do that earlier in the season now. But making all these just pointless bowl games meaningful, I think is going to actually improve the situation. Well, Keon, you're Mr. College Football. Do you agree? Do you think that making all these games more meaningful And the matchups that you get in them, now they're for a reason. They're not just because, well, we thought that'd be a good matchup, or this might be a good matchup.
I personally don't, because every time that they have talked about expanding the playoffs, and what we've seen with the reality of expanding the playoffs is that people stop paying attention to the regular season. One of the things I love about college football is the playoff games are the big matchups in the regular season. You lose a top 25 matchup, that might cost you your season, and like that. And so the regular season is just becoming less important because these bowl games have become so much more important. And I like that was something that they had different from the NFL. The NFL, the postseason is everything. In college, the regular season was everything, and now they're trying to do the NFL again, and I don't know. I just don't like that as much.
So the mark is for these teams to win 6 games, right? That makes them bowl eligible.
Yeah,
is that correct? 6 games?
Not anymore. Now it's just a matter of who's where in the standings, right? And which bowl game means what.
Which I don't know. I think that trying to choose a great matchup, we just had so many great bowl games in the past. Even the bowl games with the stupid names that you're like, no one would watch this. If you love college football and you've seen some of those games, you've got some great ones in there. So I don't know. I'll watch it still. They've got me. I love college football. I won't stop. But
yeah,
it is one of those things where I just wonder, is that a change we had to make? Because you could be in the standings, but that's already subjective. So now we don't know that that's a great matchup between two teams. I'm not a big fan of it personally.
Well, maybe you will be. Maybe you'll watch it and you'll be like, wow.
Like I said, I'm not going to take my ball and go home. I'll still be watching college football either way. I could be wrong, but I'm not thrilled about it at the moment.
Mr. Wilbur says Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl. Okay. What about it?
What of it? I don't know what you.
I think you just wanted me to say Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl.
Well,
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
So, hey, Randy, your new guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., according to Jonathan Gannon, candidate for a chin implant, he says he's exceeding his expectations. Marvin Harrison Jr. is doing even better in practices and training camp than he would have even imagined. He says,
understand, I'm looking for killers.
Yeah, well, I mean, he
might have one.
Have one. His expectation meets and exceeds thus far. So he says he didn't come in with a big head, and he's good to go. So that's great. And
yeah,
I guess Kyler Murray is also saying that Marvin Harrison Jr. is as advertised.
I don't care what Kyler says, but
he's the guy
care.
Throwing him the ball, Randy.
Well, I do care what Gannon says, and if he says and his coaching staff are saying this guy is as advertised, I'm happy about that. As far as Kyler Murray, I think people are giving him too much credit. I really don't care what Kyler Murray has to say. Just throw the damn ball and get it to him.
The funny thing about it is I was watching that Cardinals flight plan. Towards the end of it, after they got drafted, Marvin Harrison Jr. is sitting there in a chair, and all of a sudden Larry Fitzgerald pops up on the screen and starts talking to him and says, here's some advice, and it starts telling stuff. At the end, he says, you think about how you want to be remembered. First thing that popped into my wife's mind, and in my mind, it was exactly the same thing. Do you mean like somebody who left without retiring or even saying goodbye? Is that how you want to be remembered, Larry? You hurt us, Larry. It hurts inside. The way you left us, you didn't even say goodbye.
If that's the thing that you're hurt about or hung up on, rather than the fact that guy gave you
sad.
Everything while he was playing,
we're not mad at him. We're sad.
But
and that's how we remember him. The guy who just went gone.
And maybe it's
we
just
loved you, Larry.
I don't have Cardinal fandom.
Didn't you love us, Larry?
In my life, I just, as an outside viewer and somebody that watched Larry Fitzgerald from afar, the only thing I remember about that dude is that he was an absolute monster and made some of the craziest and greatest catches I've ever seen in my life. That is what I remember him for.
And
we can remember him for that. And also, what the hell did you go?
I think Larry is that kind of guy. He doesn't want any big fanfare. He doesn't want any big pomp and circumstance. He just wanted to go away.
Even like a letter in the newspaper would have been nice.
I don't think
a post-it note. See you guys.
That's
doesn't
not
owe that
Larry's
to
thing.
anybody.
Exactly
I didn't
right.
say he
Keon.
owed it. Yeah, I didn't say we're angry. I just said we're sad about it.
Yeah,
we're
Well, I
sad
mean-
we didn't get at least.
I mean, we're going to be
something.
sad. I mean,
But you're going to be
when,
sad either way.
Yeah, we're going to be sad about it. If Larry were to say, I'm retiring.
Don't
and-
invalidate my feelings.
No, I'm not invalidating him. I'm just
talking
saying,
to Keon.
I mean,
Oh.
what about your therapist? Like, I don't agree.
You're
just
sad.
think-
So
I
how do you
just
want to
think-
be remembered, Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Hopefully, is the
I-
guy that had great catches and some of the most clutch performances of all time. That
I mean, think about it. We're all talking about Larry right now. He's been gone 3 seasons, going on 4. He's been gone, and we're still talking about Larry Fitzgerald. He made that sort of an impact on all of our lives. I still
He was a
remember
different
him
kind of dude.
running that football in, looking up at the big screen against Pittsburgh in that Super Bowl and running in for a touchdown. I still remember that in my mind. I still remember catches that he made during the Cardinals season that were incredible catches. I still remember Larry Fitzgerald making a catch between 2 defenders. He just reached up and snagged the ball out of the air and brought it down, and it was like a crucial catch. I think that Larry owes nothing to anybody, and he just went away the way he wanted to, which was quiet and without any sort of pomp and circumstance. I keep coming back to that, but he didn't want people to go, "Oh, Larry, you're retiring. Here's a rocking chair. Oh, Larry, you're retiring. Here's a new
I have yet
Corvette."
to see any football player get a rocking chair, Randy.
I'm just I mean, I've seen it in baseball. I don't know what they do in football, but he doesn't want to go out with some sort of fanfare. He doesn't want to go out like that. He wants to go out quietly. He's a humble guy, and I think that's the way he went away.
there are some
Listen,
guys they want the farewell tour, and there are
I'm
other
not mad
guys
at
they
him.
just want to disappear. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't want people talking
He's the
about
only
them.
guy I've seen disappear like that.
Well, there you go. I mean, that speaks volumes to me.
I don't know. Again, you don't misunderstand me here. Sure, it's his life. He can do what he wants. He owes me nothing. He owes nobody anything. I'm just sad about it. That's all.
Yeah. Larry
Mr.
was a-
Wilbur.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Mr. Wilbur says, I got 3 words from Marvin Harrison. Larry, Larry, Larry. Remember we used to do that? Marvin, Marvin, Marvin. I guess we could do that.
Yeah, we could do that. Sure.
They're both kind of odd names, aren't they?
Hmm.
They're like
Yes.
names from
Yeah.
the 70s.
Well, Marvin's named after his dad. Larry's named after his dad.
That makes sense then. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Soap says, I think Randy means the ice cream treat called the Rocket Plop, made of flavored ice about a foot long and 1.5 inch girth of icy goodness. There was
there
such
it
a
is.
treat back in the
Yeah.
1970s.
There it is. There it is.
The
right
Rocket
there.
Pop.
A rocket pop. Yeah, about 12 inches long, about 1.5 inches of girth. Oh, that was nice. On a hot summer day. Are you kidding me? And there was 3 flavors, if I'm not mistaken. There was cherry.
I don't want to hear about the salty one.
Oh, no, it wasn't salty. It was
Okay,
there
good.
was a cherry, and then there was the white one, which I could never identify. Sometimes it might be lemon, and then there was the blue, like blueberry. Oh my God, it was so good. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Quiet Cannon says, Larry Fitzgerald, I remember, Hall of Fame receiver. You're absolutely right.
I think he will
When is
be.
he going to get
Yeah.
in there? How long is it going to? I guess 2 more years?
5 years.
Yeah, so 2 more years.
Yeah.
Kenny
If-
Kittens says
if
Kareem got a rocking chair.
If he's submitted his retirement paperwork, which I don't know if he has.
It's a good
I don't
point.
know
He
if
didn't say
Larry has.
goodbye. Maybe he didn't
Yeah.
file any paperwork.
I don't know.
I think somebody could do that for him. Swazman says, remember Barry Sanders retired at 32, very low profile, still in the prime of his career. Well, I
Yep.
remember that he did that when he did it.
But didn't he just fax
he
the
did-
team? Like he didn't just.
At least he got a fax. I didn't. Nobody's got it. I didn't
Well,
see
yeah,
anything.
but we don't know what they didn't have. Like look, Larry could have called them and said, "We don't know."
Yeah, keep it on
Barry told the Lions goodbye. He didn't say
Yeah.
he didn't put out anything in the Detroit Free Press. Hey, look.
Well, Larry's still part of this community. I mean, he's still here. He's still,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, he
partial.
was on the video. So.
Still partial owner of the Phoenix Suns, as far as I know.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Fitzgerald is a legend, but I always liked Anquan Bolden better. The guy was a beast.
Man, I still can't. I can't. I cannot forget that catch he made against the New York Jets, where he got his jaw broken, and he came back like the next week with his jaw wired shut, and he was still out there playing. Anquan, feed the Quan, man. Oh, he was the guy.
King of Kitten says Larry never wanted the attention. No, I get that. I mean, when Randy and I met him, he was a very cool and calm and quiet dude. I understand. I'm sad. Moist One says, I'm pretty sure Larry plays center for the Mercury now. Okay, that's going to be a 5-minute penalty. 5 minutes on the bench.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Moist One. Shame on you. Speaking of all-time greats, Calvin Johnson. He's coming out and he's like, he goes, it's bound to fall at some point. My 1,964 receiving yards in a season. Yeah, that's bound to go bye-bye, So it is what it is. He's like, I held it down. I don't know how long it's been. Has it been over a decade now? Yeah, okay. He's like,
Megatron.
Cooper Kupp almost got it. When he went 1947. He was just 20 yards short or so.
He should hold the record of that all time for guys who played 16 games.
Exactly my point. Trying to here. So that stands as is for the length of that season. Everybody else who can eclipse that record, you're not eclipsing that record unless you do it in 16 games.
If you do it in 16 games, hey, all yours. But if you do it in 17, is it still impressive? Yeah, but.
It's impressive, but I think
it's not as impressive.
There should be some sort of a mark that says in 16 games, Megatron did this. In 17 games, so-and-so did this. So,
yeah. And then Calvin Johnson's record is still more impressive because he did it in less time. So,
sure. And
you can tell he's bummed about how they've increased the amount of games. And now he's just like, well, I guess it's going to go now.
Yeah, records are.
You can tell it bothers him.
It does. All of these guys like to have their records. I mean, I remember hearing about how happy Eric Dickerson was when Adrian Peterson was close to breaking his record and he was 9 yards short. Eric Dickerson, I don't think that man has ever been that happy in his life, and that's the closest anyone's gotten to breaking that record.
Yeah, who would really like the record broken is Peyton Manning, rookie season interception record.
I just don't know that anybody's breaking that.
Man, he wants to see that go away. I love that he has to suffer with it.
Usually, most of the guys in this league that are ready to start, maybe they're not throwing a bunch of touchdowns or getting a bunch of yards, but they're not throwing that many picks.
It wasn't his fault.
I'm not saying it was his fault, but that's just the game's just a different game now. You can throw the ball in the flat, and you got a lot more bubble screens probably now than you did then. Peyton was playing on a team that was still not good. He himself was a rookie, and then he's having to throw riskier passes at the point than guys probably do now.
King of Kitten says, Larry always said he just disappeared. No press conference, no teary-eyed goodbyes, no nothing. Yeah, all I'm saying is I didn't ask for any of the stuff on that list. But maybe even like a nice little note. Just write a little note. Put it in the paper. Hey, guys, just want to say thanks. Blah, blah. That's closure for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Thank you. Swazman says, isn't John Elway one of the only famous players to ever win their last game walk-off on a Super Bowl victory? No, Peyton Manning did it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady could have done it.
But he didn't. He went back for one more year. And as we talked about yesterday, lost to the Cowboys.
It can't be just Peyton Manning, and it can't be just John Elway. I think some other people have done that. It just, I don't remember because I'm hungry. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender, more football after this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NCAA College Baseball World Series begins on Friday. 8 teams vying for the national championship, and the 8 coming from 2 conferences. The SEC featuring Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Texas A&M. The ACC, North Carolina State, Virginia, and Florida State. Tennessee was the #1 overall seed when the tournament began. They're the favorites to win the College World Series at plus 250. Texas A&M plus 350. Kentucky is at plus 470. North Carolina plus 650. Florida State plus 900. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
And we're the Weekend Warriors.
Ralph, I think we should change the name of our show.
To what?
Let's call it 30 Years Sports Talk Interview Fun Time.
What kind of name is that?
Well, we've been friends for over 30 years.
Yeah.
We talk about sports.
Sure.
We interview personalities from the Arizona sports scene.
Okay.
And we have fun.
Dude, are you done?
For now, yes.
Look, Neil, all this is true, but let's just stick to our regular name.
Okay, Ralph, but I think my name is better.
Anyways, it's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
You know, I feel bad for Neil. Caitlin got well, no, Caitlin got left off the USA Olympic basketball team.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not. Ralph had to bring in another guy because Neil was not on the show this last Saturday because he was sad.
See, he's in mourning.
Yeah. Is that right, Keon? Was Neil wasn't on this weekend, was he?
No, Neil was in Minnesota for some reason.
No, he wasn't in Minnesota. That's just a cover story, I think. Yeah.
So anyway, 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says, wait until Larry is inducted into the Hall of Fame, and 1580 The Fanatic takes their Hall of Fame texters on an all-expense paid trip to Canton, Ohio for the induction. Yeah, you will wait. You will wait a long time. Kyle G says, funny. Going by per game averages is a better way to look at season records. It allows context to compare with guys who did incredible things in 12 games or 14 games. You know, those are breaking the records now with 17. I don't even want to do averages. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like that.
I mean, you can do averages too. Averages are cool, but that's the total. You still have to count that as its own thing. And at that point, you count that error in the same way that, like, I don't like the guys who did a bunch of stuff in 16 games get compared to back when guys had only 14 games in a season. Just doesn't seem fair. They had
I agree.
two fewer games than you
Yeah,
to do the things that you did.
There's got to be more room on the plaque, at the Hall of Fame. Where 14 games, so and so. Here's the record at 14. Here's the record at 16. Here's the record at 17.
How about you don't get a record unless you do it in X amount of whatever?
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
'cause-
could see that too, but
it changes for a lot of things too. Because if you're on a team that's really good, you've already clinched a playoff spot. You may already have fewer games to work with than some other teams. Like, it's just I'm just saying, count all the games, but know that if you're counting all the games at this amount, you can only compare it to other games at this amount.
There's too many asterisks.
No, it's just a separate era.
Yeah, you're right. Separate error works for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy.
Yes. Yeah.
Did Wilbur talk to you at the remote, Mr. Wilbur?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a pleasant talk. Yeah, it was great.
Did he tell you why he can't see?
No.
Because he didn't tell me either.
He mentioned something about not seeing, and he blamed you for, but I don't know why.
I just met him. I don't know.
I don't remember that. He said it's
So,
Jeffrey's
yeah.
fault. I don't remember why.
Well, I don't know. Wilbur may want to look into this, but Sean Payton he had some surgery. Last
geez.
Thursday.
Really?
He had cataracts, and they pulled the cataracts out of his eyes, and he's like, "Oh my God, I can see. I can see." Here's why. He was starting to get the cataracts, and he called the wrong play last season. He was like, "Oh, damn, that was embarrassing."
Was it the one where he shouted down Russell Wilson?
I think so. I'm sure he did.
Because he had a couple of play calls that I'm like, really, that one? And then the play doesn't work, and he's on the sideline just berating Russell Wilson like Russell Wilson had anything to do with it.
I don't think he likes Russell Wilson.
Yeah, no, that was
just a little extra payoff for
that was
him.
the whipping boy. Yeah.
So Peyton was like, well, okay, I'm going to get this taken care of in the off season. So Thursday he had one cataract out, and then he'll have the other one out. I think today, he had it out. So he
No
says,
kidding.
yeah, the other day was the first day wearing sunglasses coaching. And he says, I'm waiting for Bill Parcells to call up and call me a wimp.
Oh, well,
but still, I mean, there's nothing wimpy about having your cataracts out so you can see clearly.
Yeah,
Explains a lot about last season, though, doesn't it?
Could be.
If you're the play caller, seeing is part of that job.
Yeah, it's not just the sheet in front of you; it's
the game,
everything else, the field, and the.
If you're out there and you thought,
explains why he threw his wallet on the field. He thought it was a challenge flag. He's just like, oh crap, jeez.
It's just if you thought you were sending 87 out there and 85 went out, there's a difference there. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So you have to see things. That's part
The
of the
punter
whole
is
thing.
like, why am I playing center? I
I'm
don't
not-
understand what's happening right
I'm
now.
not certain why any of this is going on, to be honest with you.
It was So good for Sean Payton. Maybe he'll start to coach like Sean Payton again. We'll see about that. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, he ain't going to any of this mandatory mini camp, and that's it. He's like, I got other things to do. That nobody ever could figure out what those other things were, but by God, he's not doing the mini camp, even though he promised that he was going to make sure it was all football, no BS, all football. And so now under the CBA, he's I don't know if it's like $17,000 a day or what the total fine is, but the Jets are like, yeah, we're fining him. Because here's the thing. Even if they say, Aaron, we're not mad at you, but we still have to fine you because this is an example we have to set for the other players, then I think Aaron Rodgers would be like, all right, go ahead and fine me. It's a drop in the bucket for the money I've gotten made off you people. They are absolutely fining him, but they're going to be like, sorry, Mr. Rodgers, but we have to fine you.
I don't know about that. It's $100 and something $1,000 is
how
reading.
long is this mini camp?
No, and so first off, I'll answer the question of how much he's getting fined. It's $16,400 the first day, $32,000 the second day, $49,000 the third day, and I believe it's that from there on forward.
So how long is the mini camp though? So is it will it go up to about $100,000? which
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
For any of us would bankrupt you, but
Yeah.
for Aaron Rodgers, he giggles. I mean, he's giggling because he's high on the ayahuasca anyway.
Well, that's the ayahuasca. What was it?
I don't know. I tried to
Huasca?
pronounce it better. I don't know if I'm doing it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, Robert Saleh is all like, no, we're good. Everything's fine between me and Aaron. There's no problems. If there's no problems, you guys would have just excused the absence.
Why?
We would have never heard about this. Something is up. Something is up.
Why is there something that he wants to take care of that's more important than winning football games for the team that's paying you so much? Why do you allow this quarterback to go take part in something that's, quote, more important to him, end quote, than the mandatory minicamp?
Well, they're not. It's not a matter of allow. He's saying he's going to do it, and they're going to fine him for doing it.
Wow.
That's the only recourse they have is fine him. What else are they going to do?
Well, he's like, I got to do this. And they're like, nah, okay, that's fine, but we have to fine you. And he's like, all right, everybody agrees.
It's just a 3-day camp. So it's
what is that?
Oh, it's only 3 days?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is that?
It's not the end of the world.
What does that tell your the rest of your teammates?
The mandatory workouts are only 3 days.
They're probably going to say the same thing. Not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the
world. We've never had to worry about Aaron Rodgers being good at something.
But it does, to me, it does send a bad message to that locker room, not from Saleh, who you can't control Aaron Rodgers. If he decides he's doing whatever he's doing and you fine him, that's the most you can do. But as far as Aaron Rodgers getting in that huddle and leading those guys, that better be MVP Aaron Rodgers out there this season, or he's going to lose those guys and fast.
Yep.
They're not going to listen to him
just say, who
if
cares?
it's not. I mean,
he's only going to be there one more year.
It's a matter. I mean, who cares? Those guys want to win this
No,
year.
I know that. I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers is a douchebag, and he don't care. He's not going to be there another year, so he doesn't care about what happens the next year.
I think his ego is big
checks
enough that
cleared even when his Achilles was snapped.
I think that he cares enough because his ego is big enough that he wants to win a Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't wish this on anybody, but I could just see him dropping back in the third play of the new season with the Jets and snap, the other Achilles goes away.
It's possible.
Should have been practicing. Like, man,
I don't know
to
if
me,
the 3 days of practice would have made the difference.
I don't know that it would have made the difference. To me, it's more about having that connection with your teammates, having that connection with the locker room, and getting those guys to buy into the thing that you're all trying to buy into, which you keep saying your ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. And I don't know how that's possible because it doesn't seem to even be remotely your priority.
Yeah.
You didn't get to go to the voluntary camps. There was a bunch of those before this. Sure. Okay. You're
well,
vet.
he never goes to the voluntary camps.
Many veterans do not go to voluntary camps. But the mandatory stuff, it's 3 days. You couldn't be bothered to take 3 days out of your busy schedule for this thing that's been planned since the last league year ended.
He has an event that's more important to him.
Okay. But
I mean,
but if you come out and you're not the golden arm Aaron Rodgers from the word go,
well, there you go.
Those guys are not going to buy in. Just telling you what it is.
I mean, if I'm one of the Jets and I'm there on this mandatory minicamp and he's not, and he comes out and misfires and it takes him several games to catch up, I have one thing to say. Too bad, man.
We're going to find out that like Aaron Rodgers was like, we finally know what Aaron Rodgers was doing. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
He was taking cooking classes. What? It's going to be something dumb like that.
Yeah.
Like, what was he doing?
Yeah.
He was actually getting a CDL. He was basically taking some tests.
A little cross country driving, and he thought, why don't I get paid for it? Get a big rig.
Yeah. Where was Aaron Rodgers? Oh, he was doing an apprentice as a dog grouper. He was shaving an Afghan. That's what he was doing.
I don't want to hear this man ever say another word about distractions in the locker room. Nobody is the biggest distraction in an NFL locker room than Aaron Rodgers. Nobody.
You're mad at Aaron Rodgers.
I just genuinely hate that. Like, I just think that you're playing on a team. There are a group of people who are depending on you. They know that the only thing that team is really missing is a quarterback, and you couldn't be bothered to show up to a camp scheduled 8 months in advance
at an event that was more important to him than showing up at
They didn't decide last week that mini camps were now.
Yep.
So, Keon, you'll like this then. Post Malone evidently is going to tattoo a penis on Steve-O's face for his 50th birthday, which brought me the question, why does Steve-O want a face tattoo of Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. I have no idea
know what that's about.
See, I would have thought that was a balloon knot, not a penis.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Either one works.
It's really it's switch. If you catch his good side or his bad side, that's
Same
the
side.
difference between what you're seeing there. One side's the balloon knot. The other side is
Yep.
is the
I've
penis
never
thing.
seen Keon get so crusty towards a football player before.
I don't know. If you're gonna be a hypocrite about it, I don't know. That stuff just bothers me. It does.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess I'm just so used to him being a complete douche that when he douches, okay, that didn't come out right. When he acts douchey, I'm just not surprised. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, phrasing.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just the fact that you can't tell the team what you're doing.
It's personal.
Well,
It's private.
You're not. It's not excused. It's 3 days. You
Salah
couldn't
knows-
find another 3 days of the year to do whatever it is you're doing.
Maybe he's getting
Salah
butt
knows
implants.
Salah knows what he's doing. It's just a matter of he didn't make it public.
PVL A-Rod.
Well, he. It's just the bottom line is he's not excused, and he's going to be a part of an event that means something very important to him, more important than the mini camp. So
yeah, okay.
That's all I have to say about it.
Good luck,
if
Jets.
If you're not making money for cancer research or something, that
If I'm a
not
Jets
trying to hear
fan,
it.
I'm pissed right now.
And I'm
Yeah,
sure they would have
maybe a little
excused that, by the way, if that's what it was.
Whistling Gerbil says A-Rod's the biggest distraction. I'd say Antonio Brown.
He's not on a
A-Rod does his
team.
workouts. Always has.
I said in an NFL locker room right now.
Yeah, he said
Antonio
right
Brown
now.
is not on a team.
Yeah. If he was, you'd be right, Whistling Gerbil.
Yeah,
He's
then I would not have
dismantling
said that.
himself. He's dismantling himself at his own house.
So-
Brown is.
So Whistling Gerbil says, no, you said ever. He's fact checking you, Keon.
Uh-oh.
He said you said ever.
Okay, well then I overstated.
Made me forget what I was going to say.
Made me
Because
think of.
and also Antonio Brown might have missed workouts, but who has had more beefs with their own teammates than Aaron Rodgers? Guys,
When
leave
Antonio
that place.
Brown misses a workout, it's not a distraction. When he shows up for it, it's a distraction.
That's the.
I don't know. You know what? I might still make the argument for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers shows up to his workouts and still he's a distraction.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So being a douche nozzle is on brand for Aaron Rodgers. Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey buying a beer. And I don't mean just buying a beer business. I feel like that's absolutely on brand for them too.
Yes, it is.
And that's exactly what they've done. They've got involved in now. They've I don't know if they started or just bought a light beer company called Garage Beer.
Okay.
Why do I find that funny and yet ironic at the same time?
Garage Beer is headquartered in Columbus, Ohio, sold in 13 states, and they're looking to expand. And so now this is the first time the brothers have gotten into business together. So, and you probably know their money has gotten into business together.
Yes. Yeah.
Fairly sure they're not running nothing, but they will be the faces of Garage Beer. Word out there, and not just because they say so. Some other people saying, no, it's actually a pretty good beer. It's a really popular beer wherever it's sold, and people say, yeah, it's a nice beer. So we may end up with some Garage Beer in our stores here soon. And we will then taste test it and let you know if it's worth a damn. But so yeah, now see that's Travis Kelsey's like, got to make some gains on Taylor Swift. We got to make some money. So Garage Beer is going to be one way to do it. If you've ever had Garage Beer, let us know if it's any good. I'm kind of curious. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got On This Date in Big George's sports history and whatever else. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Come on in to Total Wine and More. Price is much lower than a grocery store. Wine, spirits, beer for a whole lot less. Walking down the aisles makes you stop and say, yes. With thousands of bottles that you get to explore, Total Wine has everything you need. and more. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 76, visit staples.com/print for details.
Do you need equipment for your business but don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used equipment. Excavators, forklifts, dozers, tractors, cranes, plows, and more. If it's essential to your business, I will help you get the money you need. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. You ever give up on a dream?
Me?
Yeah. Like
No.
you're like, I had a dream to do something, and then you ever just like, oh, I'll give up. on it.
I'm living my dream right now.
I kind of wanted to do a TV show, like a late night TV show, but now
Aren't
look at
we-
me. I'm too old for that now.
Aren't we kind of doing that right now?
No, we're not. Nothing close to that. No.
We're a daytime radio show, which is
Well, I mean, it depends on when somebody watches the YouTube replay
Well,
of the
then
day.
that's-
Could
that's
be a
on-
late
yeah.
night show. Could be.
Not really what I had in mind. But that's not even the biggest dream that I'm giving up on.
All
The
right.
biggest dream that I am giving up on is the damn Sunshine Protection Act. Just had a conversation with my mom, and I was like, hey, I'll give you a call tomorrow. And I was like, okay, 3 hours difference because she's in North Carolina. I'm here. We're on Pacific time right now. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And then and then it started, it occurred to me again. They've been promising for years they're going to knock off the daylight savings thing, and they're still not doing it. It gets the Congress says yay, and the Senate says no, or the Senate says yay, and the Congress says no, or something like that.
Gee,
I don't even care anymore. All I know
Wonder-
is I've given up on my dream.
Wonder why they keep doing that. I wonder. I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
Jeff. Go. Sorry.
I mean, a lot of people be like, I vote in favor of abortion rights, or I vote in favor of this or that. I'm going to start voting in favor of knock it off with the daylight savings crap. I know here in Arizona doesn't affect you guys, the regular people, but me, a guy who works in broadcasting, we had, you know how that Jim Rome has to move around. It's just annoying. It's just annoying that people are changing times, and I just don't want anybody to change time.
See, now that's another thing you could put on your list if you were emperor.
Oh, day one.
If you were emperor, you could just change that if you wanted to. You know, you could fart and then just change it.
So what I would absolutely make it to where daylight savings has been abolished, and the time we're at now is the time it's going to be, except for Rhode Island. They would be 6 hours behind everyone else.
Behind?
Just to mess with their heads.
6 hours behind?
6 hours behind everyone else.
That would really screw things up for them in Rhode Island.
I have an ex-girlfriend in Rhode Island, and I want to mess with her. But I don't want to be like really upfront about it.
So put them on Hawaii time. Is what you're saying. Yeah. All right.
They're going to be going to school in the middle of the night.
Yes. Does your ex-girlfriend go to school? Is that?
Yeah, she's in 7th grade.
Oh. All right. I didn't know that.
I don't have a girlfriend who's in 7th grade. What is wrong with you? I've been married for like 8 years.
Gathered that.
I know.
Seems odd to just say,
you,
but
you clearly said on this very radio show that you have an ex-girlfriend living
knowing
in
that
Rhode
it's going
Island.
out on airwaves and things can be clipped. You just said that, and why would you say that?
Still uncancelable.
7th grade.
I didn't say cancelable. I don't even want the joke of me saying that floating out there. Personally.
Well, Keon, maybe she can't pass the the standardized testing to move on to high school. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. She is 48, but she's still in 7th grade. See,
it's like
maybe
she's a teacher
perpetually at school. Yeah,
maybe
has not left.
Ew, I wouldn't date a teacher. Anyway.
Well, sorry, Jeffco. I know this is something that's really bothered you ongoing for many, many years now. Many years.
Because on the back end, when you're scheduling for radio station stuff and syndicated shows and whatnot, and then I have to do a bunch of stuff for the California station, and that's a different time, and it gets confusing and just dumb. Choro says, Daily Blender After Dark with host Randy.
What?
He thinks your name is Randy. Oh, I get it. Randy. Oh yeah.
Randy.
Not if you say it like that. That's very.
Kyle G says Aaron Rodgers is at that stage where he doesn't want to leave football, but he also isn't really all in.
Then leave. I'm sorry. That's just
he just doesn't want to be Favre and retire until he's ready to play again 3 times.
What?
How kind of him. He'll just waste everybody's time this way. Lovely.
Don't you know that Aaron Rodgers is going to retire, and then we're going to go through the whole Brett Favre thing where he's going to take a private jet all over the country.
We already did it once.
We're going to have like fighter jets following him with television cameras all over the United States as he travels from one place to another, trying to find out what he's doing.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, people at the time, this was before he sent his picture of his wee Willie to that gal.
Yeah.
And then before he ripped off the welfare recipients of the state of Mississippi. Back then, they were like, we love Brett Favre. Oh, yeah. Nobody loves Aaron Rodgers the same way. So it will not be the same sort of thing.
Well, I mean,
please don't go. Nobody's yelling that at him.
What was that one teenager that loved him and that she was dating him for a while, and they went to Paraguay and they rode ponies in the desert? What the hell was her name? She played some sort of thing. About? She was a TV actor, lady girl.
Shailene Woodley?
There you go.
That's she was her. Not a teenager. She was in her 20s.
She looks like one.
Danica Patrick.
She's got a very young face.
They were in love for a while and bought a Malibu beach house together.
Sorry, and struggling. What is your point here?
What
was the point?
I forgot what my point is.
Just remember.
We're just going down the list of his relationships. I think it was a little
I was just trying to figure out. People still love Aaron Rodgers.
No, they don't.
I'm sure Packer fans do.
Olivia Wilde, I think, is the name of his ex-girlfriend, and she was doing podcasts talking about how things you don't want to know. Danica Patrick doesn't care about him. Nobody likes him. Shailene Woodley, she ran off back to the woods and is living under the bridge she used to live under.
I cannot stress enough that the hippie in that situation influencing the other person was him, clearly.
Yes.
With all the ayahuasca that he's out there doing, he was the person going under the bridge is Aaron Rodgers, is my point.
Maybe he tried to get her to do ayahuasca, and that was the straw right there.
That's a very powerful hallucinogen. You just can't just
jumped on her llama and left.
Offer that to people like just casually.
See what I'm saying?
Beer Bob.
Paraguay. Yeah.
Beer Bob's not happy with me. He says, "Hey, that'd be terrible getting rid of daylight savings. My wife works East Coast hours. Sometimes has super early meetings. She loves getting that extra hour of sleep. Happy wife, happy life."
Well, maybe get stuck, when it's favorable for your wife.
No, I got this. Beer Bob, here's what I'll do.
Yeah. All right.
If I'm able to do this as emperor, we'll set your wife up with a better job.
There it is.
Well,
there it is.
whatever.
See that? And that's why Jeffrey O'Brien needs to be emperor of these United States of America.
Yeah. Everything's good. I got this. Oh, let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1817. Holy crap, that's a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
German inventor Carl Dreis rode his first invention, and yeah, it's the dandy horse, the earliest version of a bicycle.
Really?
Happened in Mannheim, Germany. First reported ride took place on this day on Baden's Best Road. Now, about the road, this is and Carl is riding his bicycle about 4.3 miles. It was a really nice ride. But he had to try to find the smoothest road he could. Do you remember what bicycles looked like back then? One big tire wheel and then one teeny little and then he's like way up like 12 feet in the air.
Back when bikes were bikes.
So it took him about an hour to do this, which is pretty good speed for 4 miles, on a bike on a dirt road and trying to ride in the grooves of the wagon wheels and stuff. So, so everybody was like, wow, this is pretty cool. This dude just did this on a bicycle. But the problem was roads were so rutted by the carriages that it was hard to balance on these big ass bikes for very long. So people are falling over and they're like, what you got to do? Let's just get on the sidewalks. Because they had sidewalks, so they're like, and then they were like hauling ass on the sidewalks, and people are like, the pedestrians were getting mowed down.
Yep.
And like that bull did at the rodeo, but it was these giant bicycles, people with these frou-frou hats, and then
party bike.
Yeah, it was just crazy. So then authorities in Germany and Great Britain, the United States, even Calcutta, they're like, we're banning these bikes. You can't have these bikes. Don't be riding them on the sidewalk. Okay. And so for like decades, the bike just sort of went dormant. And this Carl Dreis guy, he died penniless in 1851 because the roads were crap. So then all of a sudden they started doing better stuff with the roads. And then people started like, maybe we tried the bicycle again. And they did. And they're like, oh, this is amazing. This is fine. We don't have to run people over. But where's Carl? Oh, he died. Okay.
Carl didn't make a cent off of this awesome thing that he made.
That's it.
That everybody, over 200 years later, people still use the damn thing.
Yeah,
he didn't make a cent.
That sounds like my luck, right?
And
there.
This is only in sports history because, cycling is in the Olympics.
And it is a
sport. Tour de Pants,
as we have decided.
I didn't know that was a sport, though.
Cycling
it's
is
a race.
listed.
Yeah.
The racing.
It is
cycling.
It is a sport.
You're racing, yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, they go fast. That's pretty cool stuff, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I have seen guys go down. I actually met a guy once who used to be a professional cycler, and he couldn't do it anymore because when he fell, he was going somewhere in the ballpark of 50, 55 miles an hour. He fell. He hit his head on the ground and just had like so much damage. He couldn't like stop his arms and stuff from moving. It was
clarify? You've seen guys go down. What does that mean? Because Moist One's going to text you.
Riding bikes. I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
By the way, right now Mavericks are up 25 to 14 over the Celtics. So keep an eye on that. Can Kittens for no explicable reason, just said go Lakers? Did something happen with the Lakers? Did they hire a coach? Is there smoke coming out of that chimney or something? Guess you have to check that on the tweeters because I haven't heard nothing about anything happening with them.
I'm not seeing anything.
I'm
not seeing anything.
You know, why didn't it occur to old Carl, hey, maybe make the tires not like 12 feet off the ground? You know, maybe make the tires like a more of a regular, maybe adjust to the terrain. It was almost like he designed this thing and was like stubborn, like, oh, no, I'm not changing the bicycle. You change the roads. No. Okay, I'm just going to go die now.
And then he crawled in his little cave and he died.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know why not. I don't know if there was a materials restriction or I have no idea why bikes were designed. I'm going to Google that.
It's probably his karma for naming it the Dandy Horse.
Yeah, that's a bad name.
The Dandy Horse.
We've learned a little bit about Carl, haven't we?
Just a little bit. You're ahead of your time, Carl. You're a pioneer.
Yes,
in
sir.
more ways than one.
They should be riding those bikes in the Pride Parade. That's, I mean, if they're not doing that, they're missing out. Something huge.
The Dandy Horse.
This is a Dandy Horse. Hello, cosplaying old Carl. Hello, everybody. Okay, that's it. We're going home. For those who are home, we're here. For those who aren't, go home. It's the Daily Blender. See you tomorrow. 1580, The Fanatic.